WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. Don.
I had never seen holes like that before.
Hahn.
I'm not comfortable touching it. I'm not. No.
And Rosenberg.
I'm not breastfeeding.
No,
but
that's
I have,
too bad.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
All right, here we go on a football Monday. One of the last. I mean, these are fading fast, fellas.
Yes.
With Don LaGreca and Peter Rosenberg, I'm Alan Hahn, 800-919-3776. But I'll tell you what, sometimes wildcard weekend can go and you're like, these games sucked. We've had some bad ones, even though it's a lot of football. Only last night's game was the one that didn't really have sizzle. Every one of them.
I guess you're right. That was it, right? Because I at halftime of Bears-Packers, I go to see Natalie, who's watching TV, and I go, good news, hon. I think we'll be able to watch a movie tonight. I said, this is not looking like I'm going to be out watching all that, because I'm thinking it's going to go till midnight, so I won't be able to hang out with you at all. So good news about 21-3 is we can fire up a movie. Which of the Golden Globe movies we want to watch?
Right.
And then I was like, let me watch the beginning of the second half and see what happens. And you could just start to quickly feel the momentum going the wrong way for the Packers.
Or the right way.
Or the right way if you had 6 points on the Bears. You talk about being lucky, Don. Allen's 6-pointer was the Bears. Now you and I both had the Bears,
man,
but I didn't have that many. I forget what I had, 3 on them, something like that. And so you were sweating.
You had 3 on them. Don had a big 5 on them. Don is just killing it, by the way.
Yes.
Don right now is 5 for 5 with tonight. If the Texans find a way to win, not only is just ruins my whole weekend. But Don, you might as well just hand him the trophy.
Well, the thing is though,
what a weekend
you
by the way 4-1, not bad.
Yeah,
not bad.
No, Don's a god at 5-0.
Don's 5-0.
That's pretty good. 5-4-1.
That's pretty good.
Now, especially for someone who hasn't been able to pick their nose all year, I feel pretty good about the 4-1. But Alan, even if I get Houston tonight, which Don has basically made impossible, because him going 6-0 would be unheard of.
This is 6 points.
Yes.
Not only a 5-0, but if he nails the 6-pointer now.
No, listen, Don's already finished everybody off, but
that's a 21-point weekend.
Yeah. No, so that's tough to deal with. But from your perspective, Alan, even if I get it, I still only picked up 3 points on you this weekend.
Yeah.
It's not a huge deal because you got everything else.
Yeah, I just need to.
And time be running out. But little message to Anthony Pusick. Since he likes to bet against us, and I sent this to the group thread, and nobody responded.
I appreciated it, though, greatly.
What did he say?
That I bet the Steelers because I'm not going to go 6-0. And if there's ever one that I do get wrong, it's
the
usually
big point.
my allotted 3-point play, and this is the equivalent of a 3-point play, this point play. So if I'm a Steeler fan, if I'm Danny in Long Island, if I'm my buddy Carmine, your Steelers are advancing, man. I can't imagine I'm going to go 6-0. But we talk so much about parity, and I think Alan and I are in the same boat. We don't like it where everybody's kind of the same. Week 4 is great playoffs because of the parity. Now you've got games that are completely up for grabs, and 4 of these 5 games have been brilliant. The first 3 played, the team that won was trailing at the 2-minute warning, and Philadelphia had the ball, driving for what would have been the game-winning score, and came up short on 4th down. So to be able to get, even if it's a blowout tonight, get 4 out of 6 games that are classics, that is the byproduct of parity. So that is, I think, Alan is a guy that's against parity where it does show.
I understand.
The more handsome side of it is in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with that when it comes to the early part of the playoffs. What I worry about is when we get later on and we get, some hack, as Peter would say, a hackle-doodle-doo finding their way to a championship game.
Right.
But we don't really, as I'm looking, who's a hack team that's still alive, right? Like the Panthers gave you give them credit. They gave you a fight, but
they gave you a great fight. They easily could have won that game.
Bills, Broncos, Niners, Seahawks, Rams, Bears, Steelers, and we'll see what happens tonight. And the Patriots, these are quality teams.
So what happens? So if the Steelers win. Oh, so it's Patriots just awaiting
The winner.
the winner. Okay,
they'll play the winner.
Got it. Sorry, the way the bracket's set up again is stupid and weird. So the Bills do worry me. For the same reason I picked Jacksonville, I worry about Buffalo against the Broncos. And this is what could make the Bills extra thrilling if they were able to go on a run and win the whole thing, is they just look incomplete, right? Like they just don't look fully like the best version of the Bills that was going toe-to-toe with Kansas City every year. They don't see their weapons aren't quite the same. Allen is great, but getting beat up. It just seems like this is going to be a really hard test for them, that Denver defense. Now, should they get past Denver, and now Philly's out of the tournament, you got to start really dreaming about this has to be the year for Buffalo.
It really should be, right? It's right there for them. And my theory of experience really took a hit, right? Because Hurts is out. Allen needed a last-second touchdown. Stafford needed a last-second touchdown. Remember, they were the patsies.
Yeah.
They almost won the damn game.
Yep.
So I don't know who you feel good about, honestly.
One
thing I can say is whoever wins the championship. Well, I guess we'll see. Yeah, we're being unfair to the one seeds, right?
Yeah.
Seattle and Denver, because of the inexperience at quarterback in the postseason. Nick's only last year. Sam's experience was also last year and not good. But we'll see what those teams look like coming off the bye, trying to get healthier. But
man, it's not even
we
sexy.
all agree?
It's so not sexy just seeing the names Seattle and Denver, because you think about that Super Bowl here and just go, I'm good.
And it's
I'm all
not,
set.
but that Seattle Denver at least had Legion of Boom and Peyton Manning.
You're right.
Like, it's a lot different.
But led
this
to
is
led to a terrible game.
Timu version.
Maybe this Timu version though, with less star players, would lead to a better football game in the end, because it couldn't be worse.
Yeah, that game was bad.
Sorry, go ahead, Don.
But all we're looking for is competition within the season, right? Because I think the ship sailed on whoever wins the championship this year as being a classic. That's over. The historic value of the 25 championship. That whoever comes out of this is going to be a deserving champion, but history is not going to look fondly at how great a team they are. Like you just said, if Buffalo could very easily win the Super Bowl, this team pales in comparison to the teams that came up short in recent years.
I agree.
Hey, listen,
it's probably the worst Bills team in the last decade, and this might.
And they should have lost. Honestly, they should have lost that game.
Who, the Bills?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Jacksonville still had some time.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And it took a tip ball.
Shout out to the Bills fans. I'm sure we'll hear from some today. 1-800-919-3776. Bills fans, you got to have a relatively calm ending for what we're used to these days. The interception to end it, like I was sure the drive was coming. I was like, all right, here we go.
I didn't love the throw. Got to be honest with you.
No, me neither.
Didn't love that choice, but it was a great defensive play in the end.
And if you were a Bills fan, you got to chill out for the last 2 minutes, which relative to these other games, having 2 minutes apiece at the end is pretty good.
It was like a minute, wasn't it? It was pretty late.
No, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Oh, no. It went down to a little over a minute.
It was a little over a minute,
but they only needed field goal range.
Yes.
So you're thinking they got to get to the. They got to get to the. It's Jacksonville too, so they got to get to what, the 45? You're talking about two good completions, and they're kicking a field goal.
Right. Yeah.
And instead, you get the pick, and
so
the game
you could argue that that's one where it's like, as much as you want to say, you know what, look at the Bills, look what they did, I still want to fight back and say, look, Jacksonville, who had won, was it 8 straight, right, going in?
Yeah.
And they really look like they had figured things out. They're well coached. And, it was a bad throw at the end, but he has to put on the cape and win the game.
Yep.
And do you just think, like, week after week, though, he's just going to keep doing this? Or is the deeper you go, the better competition, more experienced competition, whatever it is, they will find a way to make sure that he can't put on the cape and beat you.
If the theory of playoff experience is a thing at all, they have a great situation this weekend against a 1 seed in Denver who does not have near the experience. So they get a good matchup. Now, it's tough. Obviously,
you could argue a way better defense.
That's the thing. It's a fantastic defense, and you're in Denver, which creates its own problems. But if there is a mental part, if that is a real thing, Bo Nix is going to be dealing with a lot. Whereas Josh Allen shows up to these games, there's not an ounce of nerves anywhere near him.
Oh, no, that's out the window now. You know what he's doing? I think, you know what he could do here, boys? because I can't help myself. I got to bring them in somehow, even though they're not in. I think he can Mahomes this. Mahomes has made runs without superior, talented rosters, right?
For sure.
He has willed them to wins just because. Yeah, exactly. Because magically, late in games, he scares you because you just figure he's going to know he'll find a way. And maybe that's what Josh Allen showed us. Is it all about experience in losing? Maybe he has now seen, okay, this is how you got to do it to win a game. And could he Mahomes the Bills through the AFC to get to the Super Bowl?
And listen, obviously Shakir is a great weapon. Cooks is a great weapon. They have pieces. The tight end.
Yeah, the Cooks addition was a big one.
So they have pieces there. I don't want to act like they don't. But let's spend a moment on the beauty of the 9-yard tush push. That was a moment. I wish he'd gotten in.
I'm glad you said, Don. We know the tush push thing. It's you fought the whole idea of it's illegal. It shouldn't be a legal play.
I hate it.
But the fact that he was carried 9 yards by his own lineman, is that football, Don? Like, is that
if you have that play, it is.
That's illegal.
If that play exists, that's the point of the play. Don.
I understand, but Mike,
right?
What
and
is that?
That's the point that should have gotten it deemed illegal if anybody knew what the hell they were doing when they were pitching it to the NFL Rules Committee. Instead of acting, we can't stop the tush push, the Eagles are too good, you're not allowed to aid a runner, period.
Yep.
It was in existence for 100 years.
He had him in a Baby Bjorn.
And that's the perfect example of why you shouldn't be allowed to do it.
Yeah, he's just running down the field holding him.
Right, little Baby Bjorn, just throw him in there. You're trying to get through Disney. So
he's like John Winthrop.
Your toddler wants to. No, not right now. We're going to put you right up here.
And we're just going to power
we're
through.
We're going to get through. It was hilarious. And it was also like, this is football. Like, in a critical moment of the game, this is football.
That's men ramming into other men. Like you dream about.
No.
Depending on your dreams.
Not at all.
There's a lot of examples of that I would not consider football.
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But, of the things that really bothered me over the weekend, that's one of them. The Eagles and that whole disaster, it's almost like, are you first, I'm asking the wrong two people because you both hate the Eagles.
Sure we do.
But I almost felt like it was a good thing the Eagles got out early.
I agree.
Because, man, they looked miserable. I know you agree. Right? Would the other takeaway of the weekend be you know what? Good. The Eagles are out. Because of what you have to deal with when it comes to the Eagles, which is all the drama. You could tell that they hate each other. They have an offense that has zero imagination whatsoever. And somehow they've been finding ways to win despite all the things that you hate about them. But the fact that they went down the way they went down, with a predictable offense in the fourth quarter, by losing to a team that had, they were the Black Knight from Monty Python, right? What are you going to do, kick me to death? They had nothing left. They lost Kittle.
I know.
And still found a way. Why? They had McCaffrey, and they still had, it's unreal.
And didn't you have the feeling?
Unreal that they won that game. How did the Eagles lose that game? At home.
Some bad drops all over the place. I really, when they had the ball late, in a weekend in which you felt like every game, if there was still time left on the clock, they had a chance to win it. I did not feel that way when the Eagles got the ball back. I did not like their chances of going on a run.
Right, any other takeaways from the other games? What do we got?
Let's take a look back at
again.
This
800-919-3776.
Well, the Bear game is going to go down as an absolute classic. The atmosphere. We were in a bar by the hotel in Winnipeg watching that game. It was just so captivating the second half. And boy, did Caleb Williams answer the bell.
Yep.
He was not good in the first half. And you're thinking, all right, he's a kid. He's going to fold up like a cheap suit. He rose to the occasion. You could see the pain expression on his face, the way that they were playing in that first half, and it was killing him. But he was given the second opportunity. They overcame the whole, we've got to go for it on fourth down instead of taking it 3 points. I thought it was going to come back and burn him.
He was mad about that.
I get so furious.
Donnie's
because,
text.
Again, they're taking the damn points.
For everybody to know listening, Donnie's text when
that happens,
when a team repeatedly goes for on fourth down, I can't read them on the air.
Just think about the eggplant emoji.
But it's similar to the eggplant emoji.
Sometimes it has been.
And the Chargers did it last night too. Take the damn points, but they overcame it, and that was I thought a hell of a game.
Dude, I got to tell you though,
listen, you can blame the kicker all you want, but
he didn't help. The kicker made it tough. Two missed field goals, missed extra point. And you look back at what this Packers team has had happen to them in the playoffs, guys, going back to the late 90s. When they lose in the playoffs, it is brutal. It always happens in the worst fashion. And this is a very just tough one to get up from. It seemed like, guys, they just took the foot off the gas in the second half. It's like they were waiting for the Bears to come win the game. I really started like
this has been Caleb Williams all season, though.
I know. I mean,
he
they're
and
the
Ben
cardiac
Johnson
Bears.
have really found something, and Caleb Williams has been a real big time fourth quarter clutch gene kind of quarterback.
That one ball that he threw on fourth down was it third or fourth down? That just dime that he threw on the run.
Third down. He throws with irrational confidence, which is why the interceptions in the first half. You sort of look on his face, like he almost was like he was stunned. Because he's so used to making throws and that, but that's what he is. He really is that kind of guy that when you get that late in the game, isn't that what I said when I picked him? I was just like, he's good late, but I didn't have any confidence in that second half. I thought Dennis Allen was just getting worked, and they turned it around defensively, made the adjust. This is what you want to see. Here's what when we talk about the Giants and hiring a coach, when we talk about the Jets and do they have a coach, what are the two things we always want to see? Talent's one thing, but adjustments. Is your team ready to play? All right, you're losing at the half, but what did you do coming out of the half? These are things that you saw on display by the Bears, and it was tremendous.
And I think that's, take it a local spin. When the Giants blew all those games, who did they blow those games to? Superior coaches. Yeah. Denver, Sean Payton, Johnson in Detroit. And what does that tell you? The not great coaches, the coaches get exposed, they get giddy with the lead. They don't know what to do with it. They get taken out of their game. And what happens to the superior coach that's down? Hey, let's stick with it, guys. This is going to work. Everybody looks to the coach. All right, coach, what we got? Mm-hmm. And if you're pacing back and forth, you're yelling, you're screaming, you look disoriented, the team's going to lose. And what is Johnson? That was such a great hire by Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Don't panic. Let's not get out of our game, man. There's still time. We worked on this all week. Believe in it. And you see the lack of panic in these coaches, and they find ways to win games. Granted, the Giants found ways to lose both of the teams won, but at this level, don't you see the coaching?
Yes. Oh, my God.
This sport
How about New
more
England?
Than any other.
How about in New England? Again, I've been singing the praises of Mike Vrabel, and again, I get sick to my stomach how much I talk about the Patriots these days. But it's because
very good.
How do you not admire how they've been able to turn out? You get the right coach. I cannot believe this stat. The 3 points that they held the Chargers to, which you talk about, Herbert was absolutely just overwhelmed by their defense. And my concern going in, which was a lot of people's concerns, was the Patriots aren't really a big pressure the quarterback kind of defense, yet they were all over him.
Well,
did not allow him to throw. So, did you know it's the fewest points the Patriots have ever allowed in a playoff game? In the whole Bill Belichick and his great defense era, in a playoff game, they've never held an opponent to 3. It's hard to believe, right?
It's pretty impressive. That game was one game that was never
built to it.
There.
BTA. Yeah. As Michael Irvin would say.
That was a BTA game. Now, I will say, as excited as I was about the parity and how many good teams there are also teams like the Patriots and Chargers made for a dreadfully boring game.
Awful.
The Patriots, depending on how they approach things, because there are games when Drake May kind of goes off and that offense can be really explosive.
Mm-hmm.
But Allen, Vrabel is comfortable with them playing a boring brand of football and winning.
Absolutely.
And that is a possibility. I mean, that's one of the reasons you'd really love to see the Bills make the Super Bowl. I do worry the Patriots in the Super Bowl could be dreadful.
Could be a fun championship.
No, we don't have
our
schedule yet, obviously, because tonight's game hasn't
we know.
played yet.
Well, we already know.
But
it would be Steelers or Texans at the Patriots on Sunday.
Next Sunday. Yeah.
I'm saying the time.
That's at 3:00 or 6:30.
Yeah, we don't know which.
It all depends.
Right, see, that's the difference.
Oh.
If it's Texans Patriots, it's 3. If it's Steelers,
so Rams Bears
Patriots,
wouldn't have any sizzle at all.
Game.
No, Rams Bears has some sizzle.
Then why would they flip it though? Because that's also the 3 or 6:30. That's what I'm curious about here.
It may already be determined by network. No, that the network has the slot.
It's the network TBD. That's what it's saying on the official NFL Yeah,
How could the network be determined?
Because
Steelers or Cowboys.
they're trying to figure out which game will be the better game to play at 6:30. And that's wild to me because I would think Rams-Bears would be that game. Clearly it's not.
It's
Steelers-Patriots maybe is that more sexier?
No, but not realistically.
Can't be.
That's just in name, guys. It's not Big Ben versus Tom Brady.
I
I'm
agree.
sorry, it's not.
Don, you agree too?
Chicago LA is a sexier football
Hell
game.
yeah.
Like Matt Stafford having to go to the freezing cold of Chicago.
Two major markets?
Yeah, that's LA, Chicago.
Why are we waiting on this?
No, that's that. But you push the button.
You're looking at it. You're looking at it the wrong way from the network's perspective. They want the Steelers. Steelers will bring a huge number.
Now the other games. Now unless this has been
Steelers
updated,
are right there with the Cowboys and draw.
Anthony, this has not been updated, right? Because the Saturday games, which are set, are also still TBD. That has not been set yet. What are we waiting for there?
Probably the networks get to choose which games they get.
And so we'll probably get some news on this today.
Yeah.
Because Bills Broncos or Niners Seahawks, which one would you want as the 8:00 game on Saturday night?
Which two again?
Well, you got the first one is Bills Broncos. The second one is Niners Seahawks. So the AFC game's that one. The NFC game's the other I just gave you. They're 4:30 or 8. What would you rather see at 8?
Bills Broncos.
Yeah, I you know what? No Kittle in San Francisco. Brock Purdy versus Sam Darnold. Like, let's be realistic. I think give me Josh Allen in prime time. Like that, no matter what, he is the most compelling piece of those games.
Problem is that Niners Seahawks at a 4:30 Eastern means that's a 1:00 game.
Yeah, I think that's probably a done deal.
Locally.
I think that's probably a done deal.
That sucks.
I think it's going to be that's the night
Divisional
game.
round game at 1:00.
No, but it won't be. That's going to be the night game.
Do you think that they're just making that night game just because?
It will be the night game.
It's still the Niners. I know they're all banged up, but it's still the Niners.
It's still the Niners. Now, listen, I hate watching the Niners. I think they're generally boring, and I hate them. I think so.
I find their offense to be really interesting.
No, I've seen it a million times. I know how good he is.
Well, Kittle out is a big deal.
Yeah, that doesn't make it sexy. They annoy me so much. I'm good. I'm just good. Don, how many in my lifetime, in my 40 years watching football, 40, how many 49er playoff games do I need to watch? I feel like I've seen enough.
I think you've had your fill.
I've had my fill. And by the way, Seattle, too. The Commanders played Seattle multiple times in the playoffs. All we did was get trounced by every different iteration of that team. I don't need to see Seattle anymore. I'm good there, too. Josh Allen is I think if you are a fan of football who doesn't have any team left, the two most interesting things to watch.
A great defense versus the superhero quarterback. Right?
That's number one. And then the other pieces, I think, is the Bears. I do think the Bears are very interesting right now. To see this kid finding himself and that team and that market back in business is exciting. Did you see what the crowd looked like when they panned the crowd after they won? Like, did you get the celebration, the jumping up and down?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a National Football League stadium anywhere in a long time. It's different. Chicago hits different.
Yeah, but they love the Bears there, and it also shows you why they need to keep that stadium there. Donnie?
And the thing, they've been to a Super Bowl with Rex Grossman, but that team wasn't any good.
No.
Man,
this one's different.
No one believes
this one's hitting, you can tell. It's hit. They know they've got something special with the offense with Ben Johnson, and maybe they finally hit it with the quarterback, Caleb Williams. 800-919-3776. Talk about your takeaways from Wild Card Weekend, and it's unfortunate, but it is true. That's real football, and it's fun to watch real football. Unfortunately, in New York, we don't have that. We're still waiting to see on the Giants and John Harbaugh, which it's sounding from those who are in the know that it is a collision course, that he'll be meeting with the Giants. It could be today, tonight, tomorrow, like sometime very soon. And things could happen very quickly, so we'll keep our eye on that. The Jets signed a quarterback, so maybe they figured things out, or at least they've given you an idea of what's going forward with the Jets. So a lot of football today. Yes, the Knicks won last night. We have that, some baseball news, and the hockey team. There's so much going on right now in New York sports that we'll just keep talking about it with you in a vehicle that takes us till 6:30 today. All right, so note the start time. We will have, though, an ENN. Your calls, 800-919-3776. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN, New York.
Prizes, flyaways, even
Cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
The final wild card matchup is tonight, and FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Tonight, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. Take your shot on an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment. Then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs get rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Problem with a gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. We're going to start off in Nassau County, hitting the brakes on the LA eastbound over by Willis Avenue. An accident just moved to the shoulder. Bumper-to-bumper ride there from Lakeville Road. Not moving much on the Cross Island southbound in Queens. Accident in the right lane by Jamaica Avenue. Been out there for over an hour. Solid ride from the Bayside Marina on down. Heading over to the outbound, George looking really good on the West Side Highway and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, packed from the Bronx River Parkway on through. Inbound George about 10 to 15 for the upper deck. Still have some afternoon road work on the span. Outbound Lincoln about 5 to 10. Outbound Helena 10 to 15. This report is sponsored by Duke's Mayo. Duke's Mayo, that's some good mayo. Duke's Mayo is the one with the catchy yellow lid. Grab Duke's Mayo at your local grocery store today. It's got twang. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Palmieri to the net. Score!
The New York Islanders are back in action with a brand new theme night schedule you won't want to miss. Bring your friends out for the holidays and take home a custom holiday replica jersey or arrive early for special bobblehead giveaway nights for Matt Barzell and Bo Horvat.
For Barzell. For Horvat, score!
Explore the full theme night schedule at NewYorkIslanders.com.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
All right, so before we get to the calls at 800-919-3776.
We in a game show with this music?
I know, right? Well, it's...
This gives you game show, Don? This is giving game show?
No, it just gives me...
The very
Game
beginning had a very
show
70s-ish.
Oh, the beginning. You meant before the beat came in.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the beat came in, and then I got like a highlight video from 1973 vibe.
This is... You have no idea how fascinating this is to hear because
like the 72-73 Golden Gophers.
Jacob, you'd say this is one of the biggest New York songs like the last 20 years? It's up there, right?
Never heard in my life.
I would say top 5, if not probably top 3.
Top 5 or top 3 biggest song. Like if you were to play it in a room full of like 30, I'd say 30 to 50-year-olds, everyone would rap along to this song. It's just interesting to hear your perspective. I would have never heard what Don heard.
Right.
But Alan, am I off?
No.
I don't. Maybe I know the song. If you.
Let me hear the beginning of it again.
If you hear the beginning, it has that it's 70s.
Let's hear.
Come on.
Okay. Oh, sure.
Right.
The thing is, I can't.
HBO presents this week in the NFL. Right? That's what it gave off at the very beginning.
If I had never heard one of the most popular songs of all time, yes. But I get. But yes, I actually heard it.
I don't think I've ever heard that song.
You have, but you wouldn't have been paying attention. It would have been like Knicks timeout, and you're sitting there chatting with Monica while you're calling, games. Like you've heard it, but yeah, it wouldn't make it to your. There's not a place where that song's popping up in Don LaGreca's daily life.
No, you don't think so? It's not just going to be a random playlist.
No,
not one of those for you.
Well, listen,
type things.
there are rap songs that are big enough, and I'd go, oh yeah, Don's heard this.
Mm-hmm.
We Gon' Make It isn't one of them, though. It would just come. It's just short, But if you were sitting, if one day we're going to be sitting in the suite, and it's going to be a timeout, and I'm going to go, Don, this is the song.
This is the song. And Don's going to look at you like, I don't know.
Right. And I go, the game show song.
Speaking of game shows, this is the wheel is spinning, and the Giants are waiting for their turn. And the opportunity to bring in John Harbaugh could be imminent. To have him in, the feeling that we're seeing now, Gary Myers has said this, like they have now fulfilled, which, as I said in the chat, guys, I'm not comfortable with the idea that we are so dismissive with the Rooney Rule that it's like, well, they've already interviewed their Rooney Rule guys, so now they can just hire John when he brings them in, and they bring him in.
No, it literally
because it doesn't feel right to just sweep that away, but it is kind of true.
It literally feels like offensive. You're like, oh, well, they got that out of the way.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's not the point of it.
If you're Raheem Morris, you're like, oh, okay.
But yeah, great.
I'm
Thank you
here
for the
that.
trip. I'm glad I got the trip.
Well, that's why I hear what you're saying, but when you have a candidate as significant as John Harbaugh, that's the only way you're going to look at any of these other interviews of guys that you don't have any intent on hiring.
Right. Oh, no. Don't get me
else are
wrong.
you supposed
Don't
to
get me
think?
wrong. It's almost like I wish that if someone of that caliber came along, the rule got waived. So you don't have to be offensive and waste people's time.
Where it's like, look, we have one guy. He's our preferred candidate.
And there's a reason.
If it doesn't work out, then we'll go through the process.
Correct.
But this is our preferred candidate.
There is no process, though, where everyone wants the Super Bowl champ. It just seems silly to pretend like you're doing this process when you're not. But no, Don, I hear what you're saying. Of course, they got to just do it, I guess.
But here's the thing, is that the Giants do not have a guarantee that Harbaugh is going to choose them.
Correct.
So they better be paying attention to these other interviews they're doing, because the guys you don't think are candidates all of a sudden might become candidates.
Well, Stefanski,
right?
for sure, was brought in with a lot of intention and consideration. And Antonio Pierce wasn't just a box checker. There is an affinity, especially from the Maras, for him. He's obviously, you guys, everybody drink blood in the ground. It means something to him, right? He wears it on his sleeve. And so it doesn't mean you bring him in for a head coach interview and like him so much that then, as John Harbaugh is putting together, is again, a perfect scenario, John Harbaugh says, I want to coach the Giants, and then you say, hey, consider Pierce. We really like him, and he could be your defensive coordinator, right? Like that, and we'd love to have him in.
Well, see, everybody looks at the Rooney Rule as a way for a coach to get an interview and become the head coach of that team he interviewed with. Yeah, that's the perfect scenario. But you just lined up the other ones. It was reported that Antonio Pierce really blew the Giants away. That all works to Pierce's advantage. That would not have happened if he did not get the interview.
That's
so
fair.
The interview process is important. But I hear Peter, just the way it's described, but I think that's how everybody looks at it. When you've got the two guys that they desperately want, Harbaugh, Stefanski, that's who they're going to hire. One of those two, it feels like, right?
It
just feels Harbaugh, they pivot to Stefanski. So any interview they do,
unless Tomlin
is going to feel like it's just going through the motions.
Yeah, and then if Mike Tomlin,
and
we'll see what happens tonight. Right, and that's going to be very interesting because, look, for a minute there, Matt LaFleur could have been also thrown into the mix. It does sound more like, now, after they lose last night, and the way they lost. But it's when you now consider that, I guess the latest is that they probably are going to keep him, or they're working on an extension with him. It sounds like they do want to keep him, so that's another option out. But still, it would be amazing if you think about some of the resume coaches that would have been available if, let's say, they moved on from LaFleur, and then Tomlin loses tonight, and then he's available. Like, that would be insane. But right now, we don't see it that way. But if something happens tonight, I don't know if we're suddenly changing our tune tomorrow. If the Steelers tomorrow announce a mutual agreement to part ways, and now Tomlin becomes a free agent, and you as a team has to battle, the networks to keep him off TV so he could coach on the sideline. Here, though, the latest from Adam Schefter on John Harbaugh and his options.
If you want John Harbaugh in New York, I think the first thing you want is the Green Bay Packers and Matt LaFleur to work out a deal. That's the first thing you want to have happen. Because if they don't work out a deal, that opens up the possibility of Green Bay as a potential favorite there. Now, again, John Harbaugh gets to sit back and call the shots here to a certain extent. And he has interest from these teams. He could go, I'm sure, to New York if he wanted, Atlanta there if he wanted, Tennessee if he wanted, Cleveland if he wanted. We're waiting to see, obviously, what else transpires, namely Green Bay.
The Green Bay thing, there was some also more dots connected with like his agent, whose father used to, like, I don't know. It starts to get ridiculous, doesn't it?
Stop with that.
Exactly.
Everybody's going to make some sort of a connection,
right?
Everybody knows everybody in this league.
It's true,
right? You could do with everybody in the NFL, right? Oh, this guy will coach with this guy. This guy's
degrees.
father. Stop. It doesn't necessarily mean that connection is going to lead to him becoming a coach there.
But the Green Bay thing's looking good.
Yeah, it seems like he's staying now. And then the other one was Philadelphia. Would they want to move on from Sirianni? It does feel like, no, Sirianni's fine. It's obviously they've got to clean house on the offensive side and bring in new people there because, things did not really go the way they wanted to go this year, clearly. It is amazing to me, too. Sirianni after the game talking about, like, losing and how that builds your character. And it's like, dude, you just won a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, what character are you building? You literally are coming off a Super Bowl win. I don't know if that really works here. It sounds nice, but it doesn't work. Don't tell me about, it's going to toughen us up for next year. Come on, man. Like,
every time he speaks,
oh boy,
it just reminds me of just how good a general manager
Howie Roseman
is. because if you don't. The talent, I think, masks the complete dysfunction that goes on there on a daily basis in Philadelphia. I don't think he's a very good coach. He is the exception to every rule in the NFL.
Really? You don't think there's I think I won a Super Bowl. They've had great success, Don. He's faking it?
With the most talented roster in the NFL and great assistants. I think he's propped up by his assistants and his talent.
Wow. Really?
Now, I'm not saying he's clueless. I'm not saying he's a clown. I'm just saying he is not a championship caliber.
So this is like
head
Switzer,
coach, in my opinion.
Is this akin to Switzer? He won a Super Bowl, but it really wasn't his team, and he really didn't do anything.
I think he's better. Switzer. Sometimes I'm not sure he knew what planet he was on. So I'm not going to go as far as that. But I do think he's riding a wave of talent, coordinators, an amazing general manager. Because he was 2 minutes away from losing his job. They got new coordinators. I don't see a lot there, but obviously the evidence points in a different direction. But there are Eagle fans, Alan and Peter. You know this, Peter, from going back to the K Show, that will defend Jalen Hurts to the death. You don't see that same kind of defense for Sirianni. I think Eagle fans know it.
He doesn't defend anybody, though.
Yeah, I don't think he's loved.
He defends himself.
I definitively don't think that Sirianni is loved. I'm sure today is a mess, an awesome mess on Philadelphia radio.
Oh, God.
Because they did not expect that.
He's getting shredded, right? Like he's...
Dude, this is a team that was already down Warner. They had a lot of spots already of vulnerability, and then they lose Kittle mid-game. And Purdy still rolls down the field. Yeah. It's a brutal loss. And Devontae Smith had a bad drop late. There were a few moments with that it cannot be fun. Like for a team that just won the Super Bowl, see, you forget about it when your team stink for so long. When you're a team that's good all the time, losing in the wild card is not acceptable.
Think about the contrast right now from New York versus Philadelphia right now. Philadelphia, they just won a Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Year later, lose in the first round, and you want everyone fired. A.J. Brown out of here, right? Don't want him. Sirianni sick of his face. Bring all these new. Like, it's like the emotion there versus right now how we are numb, hoping for a new coach that can change everything, right, when it comes to the Giants. It's wild. But that's what it is. It's a year-to-year proposition. It really is. It really is year-to-year when it comes to the NFL. I don't think anybody. That's why it's remarkable that Harbaugh and Tomlin have lasted as long as they've lasted. When you think about how year after year,
the
emotions change. You're great and you suck. Brian Daboll got to the playoffs, won a playoff game. Right? First time the Giants won a playoff game in forever. He's named Coach of the Year. Within a year, it's like, this guy sucks. Get him out of here. And it took 2 years to get rid of him. Couldn't wait to get rid of him. Like, that's unreal. But those guys lasting as long as they did, is that stability of an organization? Or is that just job performance told you all these guys are great?
Yeah, it's a fair point.
And that's why you want Harbaugh. And that's why when he comes in, and now that they've kind of done everything they're supposed to do, they can literally, when he walks in, hey, John, don't speak. The job is yours. How much?
Right.
They could do that if they wanted to.
And when you lose a guy like that, everything is in flux. Like I was texting with my friend Jeff, who's a Ravens fan, over the weekend, and he was like, "Oh man, I'm enjoying a year not having the heartbreak of the playoffs. I'll enjoy taking a year off." And I was like, "Wow, that is the most arrogant."
Yep.
I said, "Taking a year off."
Yeah.
I said, "Now listen,
gap year.
I get how you're able to feel that way because you're a Ravens fan.
Mm-hmm.
But just so you know, that guy who was a big part of that being the culture is gone now.
Who took the baton from the previous guy.
And it's been going that way the whole time.
Yep.
The team is not uber talented right now. You have a great quarterback who some people believe you can win a Super Bowl with. Others say is not very clutch. But you just can't be sure it's a year off when you lose the head coach. You can't be sure it's going to continue.
So, latest from Schefter.
Here we go. Schefter.
Mm-hmm. While the Falcons announced an official interview with former Ravens head coach John Harbaugh, he already has been conducting preliminary and extensive phone calls with the Giants, Titans, Browns, Raiders, and Cardinals. This is all per sources. He's trying to determine who to meet with later this week and into next week before making a decision. He is fully expected to coach in 2026. So That's a lot. He's going to talk to everybody. Everyone.
At least a little bit.
And he's already been on. He's already had some calls. He's already discussed some things. So he's not looking to waste too much time in the flirtation process.
I didn't take it that way, Alan.
No,
I took it as I'm talking to these guys to see who I'm actually going to sit down with.
Yeah, right.
So just because he had a phone conversation with Tennessee, it doesn't mean he's going to go to Tennessee and interview for the job. This is like the audition process. Do I want to even go see you?
But don't you think that I think that's what I was trying to say is like he's listening to everyone, and then he's going like he's not wasting time.
Okay,
I'm going to talk to all of you. I'm going to talk to all of you. I'm not going to say no to anyone. But then I'm going to say, who am I coming in to see? And I promise you, if he's coming in to see you, you better be ready to offer him the job.
Well, that's because where I disconnected with you. Like, I don't think he's going to meet with everybody.
No.
I think he's talking to everybody, and then he'll pare it down to like 2 or 3 teams. He'll go to their facility and talk to them and take seriously. He's not going to take everybody seriously.
Yeah. So this again could bleed into next week.
I'm telling you, next Friday.
Next Friday.
Oh, this Friday coming up.
This one coming up.
This coming up. Yeah.
Okay. That
is the earliest. Remember, I said that would be the earliest.
Yes. And wouldn't that be the sooner that would be the better for the Giants? All right, we have your calls to get to at 800-919-3776, 4 o'clock hour. Of course, we have the NFL Binge. We also need to get into a little bit of the Jets situation because did the number 2 pick clarify or get more blurry? I think it got more clear.
Oh.
We'll discuss that in the 4 o'clock hour. Your call's coming up next. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The St. John's Red Storm go for their 3rd win in a row when they host Marquette at MSG. Coverage begins tomorrow at 6:10 on 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
From Focus Features, movies are a place of dreams. And this year, one movie captures that spirit like no other. Based on a true story, critics hail Song Sung Blue is a tribute to the resilience of humanity.
Trying to be better.
Aren't we all?
Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson are electric.
Bad things happen. I just want to sing and I want to shine.
In the best picture of the year, Song Sung Blue, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13, now playing only in theaters.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat.
Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
4? Man, my drives have been getting weaker and weaker. The same thing happened to me when I turned 40. Men over 40 lose more than just their golf game. Energy, strength, stamina, it all goes downhill. I got Nugenix Total T2 and started feeling like my old self in no time.
America's most trusted testosterone-boosting brand is back. Nugenix Total T2. Crafted with a unique new formula that combines the ultimate free and total testosterone booster with a powerful nitric oxide booster that works in just 3 hours. Feel like a new man, leaner, stronger, with more energy and drive. Get your complimentary bottle today by texting BEATS to 369-369 now.
All right, let's test this out. Wow, that's on the green, man. Looks like I got my drive back.
Text BEATS to 369-369 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2. Text now and we'll even throw in a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spikes
spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
I think Jacob's just trying to see Don
Now
react to classic beats.
Now he's messing with Don.
What is this, like Apollonia, The Godfather? Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday, Wednesday. No, that's... Come on, man.
This sounds familiar to me, but I feel like I'm being mocked today.
No. Well,
what do you mean?
I don't know what Jacob's logic was, but it just seemed like an interesting beat to play that was maybe a setup to get a Don reaction.
He's trying to get Don to say that he's, now I want some pizza. Something like that.
Well, that is the vibe it's supposed to give.
Okay.
All right. Vibe-wise, we have calls. 800-919-3776. Let's take Lorenzo in Tuxedo.
Hey, what's up, Alan? How are you?
What's up, Zo?
It took a little bit of offense. You say that the Bills supposed to lose that game.
I knew you'd be upset. They left time. They left time. That you didn't have to score that touchdown right away.
Listen, I was in Atlantic City yesterday. I was talking to a guy, Steelers fan in front of me, and me and him were discussing. I said, wouldn't it be crazy if he just took a knee right here?
Yeah. No, it wouldn't.
And then had 3 chances to do it.
Right. But they just carried your quarterback 9 yards. You don't think they can get 1 yard?
No, I think they could have. I think they should have. But that was just a side note. But I wanted to bring to light is that I believe the Bills, since the bye week, are number 1 in pass defense, if not number 2. And I believe 7th overall in defense by some metrics and 15 by others. But if they beat Jacksonville, which is top 3, and they also beat Denver, which is top 3, the only one that's really going to scare me, the number 1 defense, is in Houston. If they go through all 3 of them, they got to win the Super Bowl. Just want to hear you guys take it.
Yeah, no, we were just talking about it, Zoe. Like the Bills look like, when we say, is it their year finally? That's why, while not everybody loves their roster, Don Peter, he can Mahomes this thing if he gets the right matchups, and they just continue to have that magic. This just could be his year to finally do it because the path could be there.
This would be the year where he proves he's truly that guy, because they have the right teams in the tournament, but they don't have the exact right team.
Yes.
So if this had been the team of 2 years ago in this tournament, they're running through it.
Yes.
But it's not that team. They've struggled throughout the year in so many different kinds of matchups.
They've won games, but they haven't won a lot. They've won some games running away, and they've won some games just barely.
Yeah, and lost some dumb games.
And lost some bad ones, yeah.
Right. They're not the classic great Bills team, but lucky for them, this is not a great league right now.
Right.
Again, he was 0-4 on the road in his career. 3 of those losses were in Kansas City. Once the Chiefs were gone, and there's no Lamar Jackson, and there's not that classic team, he's a good shape.
But still, they got to beat this Denver defense in Denver, Don. And then, in all likelihood, they'll go to New England to play
Vrabel
and their
who's already played
arch rival.
Who's already played him twice. I believe they split this year, right?
They did.
And so
but none of them
that could be
in Kansas City.
Oh, you're right about that.
That is true.
Yeah, that does, nothing scares you. But I'll tell you what, if I'm buying, and I know, again, as a Jets fan, it just makes you sick, but if I'm buying for a good one, that's got to be the championship game you're looking for, isn't it? Bills-Patriots?
Oh,
it has to be
100%. It's the best game out there.
There's more sizzle to it on many levels.
No, that's the best game left in the playoffs.
I think,
could happen.
I think
is
you're
Bills
right.
Patriots.
Mark in the car.
But the thing is, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yes, please.
Mark, go ahead, Mark.
Hello?
Yeah, we got you, Mark.
Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, so I was just wondering about the AFC North, especially if Tomlin leaves, what kind of a power vacuum is there going to be? Like, would Pittsburgh be waiting for Harbaugh, or would the Ravens be waiting for Tomlin to shake loose?
No, that's why if you're, what's interesting, Mark, about that is that's why if you're Harbaugh, you're not fast playing this yet because you do want to see after this weekend what opens up, right? Because Green Bay could have been an option for you. Pittsburgh could be another option, and that's also, even if you don't really want to go there, it's leverage. So, there is definitely something there. And then the Tomlin of it all, which is who goes to the top of the list now, because Harbaugh's right now the number one candidate. Does Tomlin become the number one candidate? Is it 1A, 1B? Yeah. So, tonight's game and the end result is huge. And Stefanski, of course. Yeah, imagine your fallback is Stefanski, who I still think is a very good coach. But you're right. And that division suddenly has 3 new coaches next year. With that division was had so much stability, would have 3 new coaches.
But it sounds to me for Harbaugh, quarterback's important. So how is Cleveland and Pittsburgh in play? You're only going to have Rodgers for 1 more year, maybe.
Right.
Cleveland's got a ton of quarterbacks, but are any of them any good?
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not trying to prop Jackson Dart to be like I can't miss, but I think that's what put Tennessee in play. Tennessee's not particularly attractive, but Cam Ward is there, and if he wants to work with Cam Ward, that puts Tennessee as really, for me, the only legitimate threat if Green Bay doesn't fire LaFleur. I think quarterback is going to be so important.
To me, again, if you want to keep winning, you got to go somewhere where it's set up, and that's why the Giants have to feel good because they do feel like they've got their quarterback of the future. 800-919-3776. Of course, we'll continue with your calls. But let's get into something that are we starting to learn a little more about what the Jets have option-wise for the upcoming draft as we are watching some of the quarterbacks who could be available in that draft still play. The number 2 pick, some people think it might be a little more fuzzy than it was after we saw the performance of Dante Moore in Oregon. But I'm thinking that maybe it got more clear. We'll discuss that next. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the middle circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Rich Eisen here. Hiring for your small business can feel like a full-time job, but LinkedIn Jobs AI Assistant takes the heavy lifting out of it. It filters applicants based on the criteria you set and suggests 25 great fit candidates daily, so you can invite them to apply and keep things moving. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, this is Mika at Binge.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
.401 in the big city with Don LaGreca and Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn. 800-919-3776 is the number. A lot more of your calls to get to. As we are rolling through all the football, went through all the wild card games. We all had a take on each one of them. It was a very entertaining weekend of games that are setting up for even more entertaining divisional games that are coming up. One more tonight, and it'll be very interesting. The Steelers, could this be the end of Aaron Rodgers? Could it be the end of Mike Tomlin? And the Houston Texans are coming in hoping to spoil the party. They have a great defense, and we have seen the Steelers struggle against good defensive teams, so especially physical ones. So tonight, Monday Night Football, this is a
not to mention Alan,
huge game.
If Don gets it, he's 6-0
in
the first round.
I don't want to focus on that.
And if I get it, I'm 5-1.
Yeah, that's very good.
Both against the spread.
And I'd be 3-3.
But I'd be just close enough to still battle with you.
Yeah, that's the thing. You'd be annoyingly close.
But not that close.
But annoyingly close.
I'd be like, I could still,
it
could happen.
Not nipping at the heels, but annoyingly close.
Well, it could be a week away from nipping at the heels.
That's what I mean.
And we'd still have
That's
2
what's
more
annoying.
weeks after that.
That's what's annoying. I was hoping to bury you. And the Jacksonville game just killed me.
It was a weird weekend. Because I'm sitting there, I picked the Bears, Alan picked the Bears, Don picked the Bears. But because of point allocation, I'm rooting for the Packers. Because I want Allen to lose his 6-point game.
Big six-pack.
And you're in great shape for the first 40 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I actually sent Ballard a text when it got to within a score. And I said something like, how we doing over there? With wide eyes. And then I'm like, this is a crazy game. I wasn't trying to troll. I literally thought, ha, 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 this has gotten kind of interesting. Not you're actually going to lose.
Mush.
And then it
will
happen.
Done. Oregon got that gets lost also Friday night, right? Oregon just gets at least just trounced.
Wow.
You don't like that kind of loss.
I mean, we thought
I know what that loss is like.
College football playoff has been good. Wow, even the higher seed or the low seeds, would it be higher seed, low seed, 10 seed? What do we?
It's hard to say. I don't know.
What is it? What do you say there, Don?
Higher seed.
Is it a higher seed?
A higher seed is the better seed.
Is the better seed.
Yeah.
So all right. So a low seed would be like the 6 or the 10, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was good to see that. It shows you expansion does work. It means the number 2 doesn't always go on the run. But Oregon, I mean, my God, that just absolute no show. Dante Moore, who everybody's starting to get excited about, who is listed in a lot of people's rankings as the second best quarterback who could be available in the draft. And he did not really do well for himself. And from there now, you start to say the Jets have the number 2 pick. It looks more and more like Mendoza is the runaway to go number 1. Right? Heisman, best team in the sport. It looks like they're going to win the championship. I mean, that's going to be them and Miami's going to be an unreal game because it's Miami's great defense, and then that offense that Cignetti has with Mendoza is off the charts. But, of course, this is the year when the Jets need a quarterback that they have the number 2 pick, which means it's the same as the Trevor Lawrence year. Except we don't know what Mendoza is going to be in the NFL. So when a lot of people are wondering, well, that really makes that number 2 pick fuzzy for the Jets. What do they do? I think it makes it more clear, don't you think? I think I've been saying, you guys have heard me say this. They should not draft a quarterback with the number 2 pick in the draft. Doesn't mean they shouldn't draft a quarterback, but not with the number 2 pick. And I think it's clear now.
But why do you say it's so clear?
because Dante Moore has potential, but there's nothing he can do in a pro day that's going to make up for what he looked like in that game. Early in that game.
I get it, but I don't know how they feel about him. And not knowing how they feel about him, I don't know how much damage he did on Friday. I just keep circling back to how these quarterbacks seem to jump after the season is over. And we put so much stock on their performance. And I don't know if general managers think that way. So I don't know where the Jets have him on the board, but let's say they're in full bloom love with the kid. Okay. And they think he checks every box for them. And then he does have a great pro day, and they come in and talk to him, and his Wonderlic is off the charts, and they may not care about that performance. I don't know.
Well, then you better have a veteran who's going to play ahead of him, and so you're not forcing him in to start. That he can't be what they. Yeah. I guess what I have is the PTSD about Zach Wilson. That's what it is. If you want to, and it's the number 2 pick, you don't have to take him at 2. You don't. You trade out, get more picks, make your roster better, and take a quarterback later. I'd rather them take Trinidad Chambliss later than take use the number 2 pick on a guy who if you think he's got potential, he's not going to be ready. If you don't want to trust me because I'm just some Bobo basketball guy, how about Rich Cimini on the Flight Deck?
Who's a Bobo football guy?
Well, he's been around for 40 years.
Right.
He covered them when they were the Titans. This is what he said about warning you and the Jets and everybody else about these quarterbacks who don't have a lot of experience in college.
If you look at the recent first-round quarterbacks with fewer than 20 starts, it is not a promising field. I'll read some names. Check out Anthony Richardson, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Kyler Murray, Dwayne Haskins, Mitch Trubisky, Ryan Tannehill, Cam Newton. That's going back to 2011. All the first-round quarterbacks with fewer than 20 college starts. The only star of that group is Cam Newton. Ryan Tannehill had a solid, long career. The rest of them either busts or underachievers. So beware of the college quarterback with very few starts. That's why Moore is such a wild card in this draft.
So if you don't believe me, what about what Rich Cimini said?
Well, you're saying two different things, right? Just because he's not ready doesn't mean you can't draft him.
At 2?
If you like him and you want him.
But, Donnie, that's such a valuable spot. You know how many picks you can get for that and let somebody else take him and then have the patience to I don't trust the Jets to have the ability to develop a quarterback. Let's start there.
Then there's nothing to talk about. So then, then it won't matter. But if it does matter, if you like him, right?
Yeah.
And you think his lack of experience might be the reason that he did not look good on Friday. But if you still believe he can mature into be a great quarterback, he could be the perfect guy to take because there may not be any pressure to play him right away. If you take Mendoza, you got to play him right away.
Wait a minute.
Because he's Mendoza.
No.
And he won a national championship.
Woody Johnson, you take a number 2 pick quarterback and there's no pressure to play him? There's nothing but pressure to play him.
Well, first of all, pressure is all relative to how much you accept the pressure. Like, Mendoza is going to come in as a star, galloping on a white horse, right? I mean, national championship.
He'll go to Las Vegas, and that's what he'll be. Right.
So you might use him to sell tickets. Now, Moore is the kid that got blown out by Mendoza. Moore's the kid that you're not sure they should have taken him at 2. So there may not be a lot of pressure. But if you believe in him and believe he can mature into be the great quarterback, you can't pass on that just because you don't start him right away. Like, all the quarterbacks that he listed didn't play a lot in college. If Moore decides to stay, just hear me out.
It doesn't sound like that's going to happen.
Right, but let's just say he decided to stay at Oregon.
All right.
And now he puts another 12 regular seasons and now plays and wins a national championship, then that's clearly somebody you would have no problem taking at number 1 or 2 next year. Well, it's all about prognosticating where these kids are going to be. If you believe in him and think that if he stayed in college one more year, he would be worthy of the number 2, well, then why not draft him number 2, have him sit, have him watch, let him get into some preseason games and mature into the quarterback that you want him to be. But why do you have to start these guys?
Because Don, it's the Jets.
Exactly.
It's what they do.
Point, but also, is the Jets the organization you want to develop a quarterback?
No.
Not in the past, but has this regime proven it's not?
I mean, how's Justin Fields look? Did he get better, or did he stay the same?
He did not improve. I think he got worse.
He might have gotten worse.
No, he did get worse. There's no might.
He might have gotten worse.
He won games in Pittsburgh. He wasn't great, but they were winning football. He was worse.
Yeah. So
that obviously is a strike against the current regime.
And if
sure.
if I'm Darren Mugia, I've got to look at it like I am not in a position to bring in a project quarterback right now. I can't do that. So he might in 5 years develop into something useful. But remember, Trey Lance was one of the names on that list. He was taken third. He's still a backup. Like that never. And by the way, he was taken by an organization that knows what they're doing with quarterbacks. The 49ers. Kyle Shanahan handpicked him. Trade up. Get that guy. I want him in my system. I want to teach him. And then they realized this was a mistake. So the Jets did it number 2 with Zach Wilson, and it was like, oh, he should start right away. When everybody's like, you shouldn't start him right away.
Well, because they were idiots.
That's well, nothing's changed though, Don. So I would rather take that pick, turn it into multiple picks. Let someone else leapfrog up and say, I'll take Dante Moore because I have a starting quarterback already, and I want to develop this one. Like the Rams might want him because Stafford's old.
True.
Right? So give me a couple of picks, and I'll get a bunch of picks, and maybe I can take Chambliss a little bit later. That might still be high for Chambliss, but at least I got somebody that I can feel good about, but I didn't have to use the number 2 pick, and I got extra picks for it. Do you understand what I mean?
No, you're making perfect sense but what you're doing is compensating for a lack of ability to develop a quarterback.
Yes.
So you're dead. No matter what you do, you're dead. Right? So if I can't develop a quarterback, I couldn't work with Justin Fields. So I'm going to draft a quarterback later. So there's not the pressure to play him. You still have to develop a quarterback. And if they can't do that, then it doesn't matter. You can have 1 billion picks. You can have the greatest football team in the history of Earth with no quarterback. Where are you going?
Well, I could use those picks to get a better quarterback. I could also use those picks to make my roster better while bringing in a veteran who could just be decent.
Hey, how about going out and finding somebody that could develop a quarterback, for God's sakes?
Well, that's hard to do when nobody wants to take
easier?
the job. Well,
doesn't it sound easier?
Well, they thought they had that with Greg Knapp, and then unfortunately that didn't work out, right?
Well, there's other Greg Knapps. God rest his soul. But let's not make it seem like the quarterbacks aren't being developed, right? I mean, what you're doing is compensating for the biggest negative this franchise has had in 50 years. The lack of developing a quarterback. You're trying to Jimmy switch the situation.
Right.
You're trying to find a back door. Like, right?
I'm trying to avoid the
hack
same
into
mistake.
the system.
No, but Donnie, I'm trying to avoid the same mistake. Like, to me, it's like it's repeating history, right? If you don't learn from it, you're doomed to repeat it.
Right.
And we've seen over and over again. Christian Hackenberg, take him with a second-round pick, although we're going to develop him. Guy never played.
Right. But
like this is, again, Zach was not good. Sam, they gave up on too soon. But because they didn't know what they were doing with him, they didn't know what they had in him, and then they let him go, and he became a good quarterback because once he got out of here, he figured it out. Like, that's what I worry about. The recent history tells me this is not the right move.
Right.
I'd be singing a different tune if this was the quarterback draft from a couple of years ago. And you felt like, all right, there's some legit like quarterbacks in this draft. This is not that. We know this is not that. There's a lot of inexperienced quarterbacks who are going to opt into the draft because they have a chance to get taken at a higher spot than they will next year when there's better quarterbacks available. That's a real thing. So give me either a more experienced one that he might be older, but he might be able to play sooner because he's smart and he's been through a lot of systems. He's played a lot of college. Or let me turn these picks into other pieces, more assets that I can build up my roster, which is not very good, and then find a middle-of-the-road veteran who can just get me through it until I can get to a point where I can find a real quarterback. I just don't feel like this playing the lottery every year and hoping to hit.
No, I get it. But the idea is not that shouldn't be what they're doing. What they should be doing is evaluating the quarterback position, and I think that guy's going to be great. I want him. I'm not going to miss the opportunity. I'm going to sit him. I'm not going to care what anybody says on sports radio. He's going to sit. Because if Kansas City had the same logic with Patrick Mahomes, well, he's not ready, and I already got a veteran quarterback, let's not pick him. He ends up dropping to 10, and he becomes what he's become, right? Yep. You can wait until week 17 to play somebody. You can't ignore what all the pundits are telling you to do. You can ignore the boos in the stadium if there's anybody in the stadium to watch this team next year. But if you see the quarterback, you must draft him. But what you're doing is I already know the guy can't see the quarterback. He's quarterback blind. So let's try to figure out a way to do it back door. Let's try to hack the system. How about getting people that can evaluate quarterback? And I'm not going to throw away this regime because Justin Fields didn't work out. It's possible Justin Fields wasn't going to work out anyway.
That's fair.
So, so if they see the quarterback, I understand you can't trust them, but you also don't want to see the next Patrick Mahomes slip through your fingers because you weren't ready.
Yeah, I don't know.
To take him.
Yeah, like I said, I still can get a quarterback. I just don't think you take him as high as 2 in this draft. Damian Woody was on with Bart and Carlin, and he had this to say about whether or not the Jets should or not draft Dante Moore.
Dante Moore is 20 years old. He's 20. He's immensely talented. He's had a very good career at Oregon so far. The one knock is, people talk about the lack of games, and that's a real knock. But if you believe in the prospect, you've done your work, and I think, and most importantly, you have a plan. If you have a plan, then you take the young man. Now, if you're the Jets and you take him, you know what I'm doing? I'm not playing him right away. I'm not making the same mistake that I've made before with, some of these other guys, whether it be Sam Darnold or Zach Wilson. I'm not doing I'm going to bring in a couple of the veteran guys who know how to play the game so I can give my young quarterback time to ease into the game and learn from some pros. And then when the time is right, then you put them out there. But you got to make sure you have the right infrastructure and a plan for whether it's Dante Moore or anybody who comes into this organization at the quarterback position.
So 2 things that the Jets have not had in a long time: infrastructure and a plan. That's that sounds
right.
Like exactly. And Don, what you're saying is what a functioning franchise would do, right? Take him and then just kind of stash him, teach him. He doesn't have to play right away, but you feel like you got somebody that might have only gotten better in college, might have been a higher pick. How much higher than 2 can you be? Number 1? That's it. So taking him 2 is pretty damn high. But,
it is.
But I have seen this happen before, and we know Woody Johnson gets impatient. They did this with Zach Wilson. They did it with Sam Darnold. It's just to do this and then put it all on this kid's shoulder. As you said, he's 20 years old. He has very little experience in the college game. He has shown flashes, but in the big spot, the first time we see him in a big spot, his eyes were wide, oh my God. He wasn't
ready for
it. It was happening too much, too fast.
He wasn't, but it doesn't mean he won't be ready next year, and that's why I think he should stay in school. But if he's itching to come out, somebody's going to draft him. And if he turns out to be that guy, you're going to probably kick yourself that you didn't take him. I feel bad for Jet fans because I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying an end around. You're trying to find another process when there's only one process.
Well, what's wrong with collecting draft capital when you're not a good team and you're not a good roster?
But that's not why you're doing it. You're doing it because you don't think they've got the infrastructure. You don't think they can function as a franchise.
But I also don't think he should be taking it too. I think you can do better there, and you can get he's not somebody that Zach Wilson shouldn't have gone 2. Trey Lance shouldn't have gone 3.
Well, Zach Wilson
did because people were
the last pick in the draft.
Well, I'm saying, but this happened because teams a run on quarterbacks, and everybody just starts making these crazy pickups. And it's you didn't need to do that. You could have found a quarterback later on, like the Giants did. They didn't get the guy they originally wanted in Cam Ward because they didn't have the number 1 pick. They ended up getting a guy they really fell in love with later in the first round. That can happen. And why? Because Jackson Dart actually played in college.
Well, that's why I don't know how they feel about Moore. But if they love Moore, then you take them.
Yeah, but if they don't, I don't
know. No, then that's not even a conversation. You can't just draft for need. I need a quarterback, so I'm going to hold my nose and take this guy.
Mike Tannenbaum says that. He always says that. Just take one.
Yeah. Well, here's why. How often do you recall, and maybe I'll play myself and you'll give me 5 examples, a team that just started putting together the pieces first and then patiently waited and got the quarterback and plugged him into the team that they'd built? Or how often is it you find the quarterback, you go, oh, my God, and you start grabbing other pieces and building around him?
Well, that's what Brock Purdy became.
They
had so many pieces there.
But that's San Francisco.
And then they had injuries, and he just fell into the position and it worked.
Well, San Francisco may be the
but
only
I'm not saying
team in the world.
They didn't pick him to be their quarterback.
No. But
that just happened.
But you chose the only team in the world that you can say, I don't know if the quarterback matters. Everyone they plug in is successful. But with normal teams.
Jalen Hurts. right? Like Wentz was supposed to be the guy there. He got hurt. And then when he came back, he wasn't the same. And then they drafted Hurts in the second round. And once he started playing, they realized we're better with this guy.
Yeah.
And that was the end of Wentz.
And that does happen.
Well,
Russell Wilson.
And they had a ready-made team there.
Happens.
It
Yeah,
does.
That was a previously made
But what
team.
I'm giving you are two accidents.
And not only that, hold on. You not only gave me accidents, you gave me teams with the best up-top infrastructure in the league.
That's a good point.
The opposite of the New York Jets.
Yes.
Well, because you're looking at this infrastructure, this lack of being able to develop a quarterback. There's other issues, too. Have they been able to develop a roster? I know everybody's loved their talent over the last couple of years, but how deep has the talent been? Does the talent win? They haven't to build anything.
The talent has always been overrated. Let's be honest. The defense was overrated.
Because Peter, can we honestly say, as much as they've needed a quarterback, and the quarterback has been the number one problem for the Jets in forever, have they been a quarterback away in recent vintage? We thought they were when they got Rodgers, right? Because the team was immensely talented. We'll plug
Turned
Rodgers
out,
in.
No.
And maybe that first year, maybe if he didn't get hurt, that team might have been able to challenge for a playoff spot, maybe make a run. But if you can't function, Alan, you can't function. All right? They're spitting up and wetting themselves at the same time. We're focused on the spitting up because we see that.
Yeah.
But then they stand up and go, that guy's been wetting himself the whole time too. They're a mess.
And
you try to hide the mess by, I understand. I love what you're doing. But it's almost a work. Like you're trying to figure out another way to invent fire.
I'm trying to find a way to get a quarterback that I've seen teams do now, because sometimes you can't get him in the draft, and you shouldn't just do it because, well, that's what you're supposed to do. You just take the quarterback and hope it works out. No, why don't I use these assets smart? If I don't feel like this guy's going to help me immediately, and we already hear the urgency in their voices, and instead we have seen Indianapolis, we have seen Seattle, we have seen teams. And a couple of years ago, the Raiders did it when they got Geno. Now, I know Geno wasn't good this year, but the point is that you can still find some. Tampa with Baker. You can do it a different way.
No, I agree with you. But what I don't want to see happen is they love more and don't take them because they're afraid they'll screw it up. Always still take the quarterback.
You know that
love.
If they love them, but I don't know how a pro day can change what you saw in that game.
I know, but take a look, man. Look at the history. How these quarterbacks move after the season. It just happens.
It's crazy though.
We put way more stock in games than they do. Can we admit that at least?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Friday was a flea on an elephant's butt to some of these general managers. They probably didn't care at all, and it's everything to us because it's all we see.
That would concern me. Now, again, this is Darren Muji's biggest moment right now as a general manager in his young general manager career. This offseason is his biggest moment, and we saw Joe Douglas have a couple of good drafts, but then when it was his big moment to do the right thing with the quarterback, he made a fatal mistake. And that led to him being gone. This is now Darren Muji's biggest moment this offseason. All right, the binge coming up. We have tons of calls to get to, and we will at 800-919-3776. So stay with us. Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN, New York.
The St. John's Red Storm go for their third win in a row when they host Marquette at MSG. Coverage begins tomorrow at 6:10 on 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producer Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. Discover the untold story behind Shakespeare's greatest masterpiece. Winner of more audience awards than any film this year, Hamnet is a monumental cinematic experience. And now it's the Critics' Choice Award winner for Best Actress, Jessie Buckley. Hamnet is the best picture of the year. Hamnet, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing only in theaters.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
All the way over Barzell, score! New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
4? Man, my drives have been getting weaker and weaker. The same thing happened to me when I turned 40. Men over 40 lose more than just their golf game. Energy, strength, stamina, it all goes downhill. I got Nugenix Total T2 and started feeling like my old self in no time.
America's most trusted testosterone-boosting brand is back. Nugenix Total T2. Crafted with a unique new formula that combines the ultimate free and total testosterone booster with a powerful nitric oxide booster that works in just 3 hours. Feel like a new man, leaner, stronger, with more energy and drive. Get your complimentary bottle today by texting BEAT to 369-369 now.
All right, let's test this out. Wow, that's on the green, man. Looks like I got my drive back.
Text BEAT to 369-369 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2. Text now and we'll even throw in a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Pretty bad ride out there on the roads for a Monday, and especially tough over in Queens. Finally picked up that crash on the Cross Island southbound by Jamaica Avenue. Was out there for almost 2 hours. Jam there from the Throgs Neck Bridge on down. New collision on the LIE eastbound right before the Cross Island in the right lane. You're solid there from the Van Wyck. Not moving much on the Grand Central westbound over by 188th. Big accident. 2 lanes are out. FDNY is on the scene. You're stopped there from the Clearview. Best of it's the outbound George, southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. West Side Highway northbound, some pockets of slowdowns from the 90s. Inbound George looking good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels about 15 to 20 minutes each. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions.
Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T2.
The testosterone booster?
Yeah, but it's way more than that now. It also skyrockets your nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. I started taking it right away and I'm already seeing results.
I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week.
Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with T2, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text CAR to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's CAR to 321-321. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is...
We're going to rub football all over ourselves today.
I did consume a lot of football back in the day, pre-kids, in my underwear.
The NFL Binge.
You watching every game, buddy? Are you watching? It happened.
I was watching.
The wild card weekend, that is. It happened, folks. football galore, and an MVP-like performance again from the guy. The MVP, the one-time MVP, Matthew Stafford.
From the 19, Stafford has it helmet high, settles his feet, shoots right side, leaping catch, touchdown LA!
Wow!
At the front, right pylon, Colby Parkinson gives the Rams the lead. With 38 seconds to go, an absolute dot from Stafford, 33-31, and the try coming.
Our friends on 710 ESPN LA.
How about the booth? Did you hear everybody in the booth? There were people off the mic that were going crazy.
I mean, you damn right. Rams beat the Panthers 34-31. Stafford 12 of 15 in the fourth quarter and led his fourth career game-winning drive in the fourth or OT in the playoffs, all of which have come since he joined the Rams in 2021.
Oh, he didn't have many playoff experiences in Detroit.
He did not. Patrick Mahomes is the only player with more such comebacks in the playoffs with 6.
That's not nobody.
Wow.
Stafford's the man, dude.
Did you hear, I think it was Parkinson who said what he said in the huddle?
No.
Did he say, let's rip their hearts out? Did he say something like that?
Stafford, he said that Stafford said that?
Wasn't that Stafford who said that? Yeah.
You asking God?
I'm asking anybody who could just confirm.
I didn't hear that. So
no.
I didn't hear the story.
I thought
you did, so.
I thought that's what he said.
Seems odd.
Now, I just, isn't it like.
Now I got to look it up.
There was an alternate
Maybe
world.
I made this up.
There was, it's just a funny, like, life story, I feel like. Like, there was a different version of the Matt Stafford story that did not include him dominating the NFC West and becoming a Hall of Famer. Like, or maybe he was always going to be a Hall of Famer, but it would have been one of those, oh, yeah, he put up great numbers.
Yeah.
Like, there was an alt version, guys. A, the one where he stays in Detroit. Or B, where he ends up going somewhere else. But it ends up just being the perfect storm, and he's going to end up being a pretty iconic quarterback now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's interesting? Like you just said, like he probably goes to the Hall of Fame, does he? Like, how many quarterbacks made it to the Hall of Fame that had no postseason resume?
Well, I mean,
That's almost impossible,
if he
right?
kept playing there and putting up huge numbers, he may have been undeniable. You know, Phillip Rivers will end up there with no major playoff success. I mean, it happens.
A championship game. I mean, Phillip Rivers almost won a championship game.
So you guys know this is not fiction. I did see this story. So when in the huddle, Davante Adams said that he said, let's go snatch their hearts in the huddle.
Stafford before he threw the game winner?
Yeah. That's what he said.
Well,
and he said, and I guess Davante then said, I smiled because I thought it was like those gangster things you say. You hear him say that, you look at his face, and then he threw a touchdown. You look at his face after that, and it's like MVP stuff. So it's pretty cool.
It's very cool and not surprising. He's a killer. Let's go to Chicago, where the Bears, the Cardiac Bears, with another comeback win. Let's go to ESPN 1000 in Chicago.
Snap back, four-man rush. Caleb with a double move, throw down the left sideline. DJ Moore inside the 5, end zone, touchdown, touchdown Bears. They've taken the lead on the Packers with 1:43 to go, 25 yards, the same connection. Week 16, a walk-off win. This connection, a 3-point lead. Wow. Wow!
ESPN 1000 Chicago, the Bears pull off their largest comeback in franchise playoff history. I'll tell you the moment the Bears got Jim McMahon. Outscoring the Packers 25-6 in the fourth quarter after trailing 21-3 at the half. They win 31-27. Ben Johnson, apparently not a huge fan of the Packers. He was the head coach of the Bears yelling, bleep the Packers in the locker room after the game. Here's Ben Johnson with more on that.
Like I said before, there's a rivalry that exists between these two teams, something that I fully recognize and I'm a part of. I don't like that team. So George and I have talked, and we're on the same page.
It was also the Packers' largest blown lead in franchise playoff history. Chicago becomes the third team in NFL history with 25 points in the fourth quarter of a playoff game, joining the 1934 Giants and the 1992 Eagles.
Listen, every Bear fan loves it, and I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the Michael K on the new show, but
what?
I don't know. Do you have to go there? You can
go
hate
where?
them, But
but it was in the locker room. It wasn't on the field.
Yeah, but you know what? It was in the locker room, but now you know there's a camera on.
Yep.
Don't tell me he didn't know there was a camera on him. Do whatever you want in the locker room. I get it. Worse things have happened. You hear some stories in the locker room, things that are said, things that are done to motivate the team. But he knew damn well that was going to go public.
I don't
know.
I don't know if he's thinking that at the moment. I think he's got the team around him, and he wants to get them fired up. Did you play?
What?
Play it?
Which the clip?
Yeah.
Which clip?
Of the expletives.
I don't have the expletives. Do I have the expletives clip?
I do.
Oh,
ready?
you do?
Yeah. Ready?
Like I said before, there's a rivalry
Oh, no, not that.
that
I
exists
thought.
between
Okay.
these two teams.
I thought we had it. We can't use that, huh? Okay. Because he says it twice.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna disagree with Don. I do think that we live in an era where people are too comfortable, while giving a speech, or they're at the parade, or they're on microphone on the field. I think people should really keep decorum, even though there are cameras. I'm okay.
The handshake was a little nozzly.
Which handshake?
Him with LaFleur. The way he approached.
But Don specific
to
the F-bomb.
Oh, but that's in your huddle in the locker room.
And it's going to come out.
He's been like that all year. He rips his shirt off. He goes crazy.
But when it comes out later, here's the difference, Don, between doing it in a speech. You're doing it privately, so when it comes out, it's going to get bleeped when it's played publicly. I just don't have an issue with it.
I am not, by any stretch, being prudish and saying I can't take those words. You just beat the Packers. You hate the Packers, but I don't know. Do you have to take it to that level? You beat them.
Okay.
You hate them. You won. You humiliated him in the second half of the game. I don't know.
There's been history here, though. When he was in Detroit, when he got the job in Chicago, and they asked him about the Packers, didn't he say always loved beating the Packers?
Yeah.
So this already something going on there.
And those NFC North rivalries hit very hard.
Legit.
All right, let's keep it going, guys. Josh Allen and the Bills also make a comeback to beat the Jaguars 27-24.
Gilliam behind Allen. There's the snap. There's the surge. And I think they largely let him score on purpose. There was not much impedance there as Josh Allen is in for the 1-yard touchdown run to give the Bills the lead with 1:02 left in the game.
From the Bills radio network, Allen becomes the second player in NFL history with a go-ahead passing TD and go-ahead rushing TD in the fourth quarter of the same playoff game. All right, we're reaching now. Alex Smith in the 2011 divisional playoffs, Niners Saints. After the game, what caught the most attention was a reporter's interaction with Jags head coach Liam Cohen.
How you doing today? Lynn Jones, Jacksonville Free Press News. I just want to tell you congratulations on your success, young man.
Thank you.
You hold your head up, all right? You guys have had a most magnificent season.
Thank you.
And you did a great job out there today.
Appreciate
so you
it.
just hold your head up, okay?
Thank
and
you,
ladies
ma'am.
and gentlemen, Duval, you the one, all
Thank
right?
you, ma'am.
keep it going. We got another season, okay?
I appreciate
Take
it.
care and much continued success to you and the entire team.
Thank you, ma'am.
No, not a journalist.
Okay.
A pretend journalist.
Not a real sports journalist.
It was a sweet moment that should have been private.
Right.
That I know that's not a popular opinion. I know a lot of people thought, and it absolutely is wonderful. She sounds very sweet. She hugged him with her words, right? In a moment where he probably was depressed. And he had a frown on his face, as he should. He lost the game. But I'm with Don. That's not the place. And she didn't have a question. That wasn't a question. It was a statement. So that's all I'm saying. It's not anything like it's very sweet of her. And all of us have had personal relationships with people we've covered where after something that is devastating to them, you see them later and you just be like, hey, keep your head up, man. You had a great season. But you don't do, that's not what you do with the microphone in your hand and the assembled media all looking to write a story and finish the day. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't make her bad. It doesn't make her evil. It's very sweet, and I know why it went viral because it was sweet. And I know Pat McAfee's all the reporters who hate their sport and hate the players they cover, and this is so much better. This is really, though, that's not the time. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do it privately, but that to me is just not the time.
See,
or the place.
I wish I had the quote in front of me again because I can't stomach to hear it again.
To say Duval?
Just the whole we. Well, are you a member of the team or are you covering the team?
I don't think she covers the team.
Well, she was there with a credential.
I mean,
she was covering the game.
How hard do you think it is to get the credential in Jacksonville? I think she's like a local. She's from the Free Press, and I think she does maybe on television news, or I saw her at least doing a hit on television news.
But
that's fine.
So that's fun. But as Alan said, afterward you go, hey, good job this year. But it's not her job in the press conference to prop him up. You're covering him. You're covering the event.
Yeah.
And then after the fact, if you want to have a personal relationship with
100%.
him, but that just sounds like somebody that just, waving the pom-poms. And for anybody that supports that, like McAfee, well, that's what you want from your media. You want your media to be an extension of the team, to be an apologist for you, be rooting for you. That's not our job.
And again,
I've
Don,
told this-
that if she said in the beginning, hold your head up, you had a good season, now, and then ask a question, but to say Duval and to just not have a question, that felt very out of place. For
it just did.
That was for a press con. Again, I'm not saying you couldn't do this privately, but in that situation, in that environment, it's not a popular opinion, but it is a real thing. That is not the place for
I just think we don't know the situation or like who she is and what the relationship is.
It doesn't matter. That's not the place for it. It's just not. And you have to have respect for those around you to understand that, like, I'm not asking a question. I just want to throw flowers. Great. Do that later.
Yeah.
That's not – this isn't a press conference. It is a question and answer session.
Listen, is it small market? Yes. You're not going to hear that in New York. But, like, it was Jacksonville.
Could you imagine if somebody in New York did that?
Well, but
they would get
shouldn't
eviscerated.
Yeah, it would be the same thing we're doing, but much meaner.
But it shouldn't be about small market, big market. It's just that you got a job to do.
Yeah.
But but what I'm trying to say is I don't think that's her job. I think she got a credential.
Don't ask a question or don't take up time in that atmosphere because there's only a limited amount of time. There's questions to be asked about the game. That took up whatever it took up, and then the PR director's just waiting to say thanks, coach, and then he's gone. And there's three other guys who wanted to ask about why this, why that from the game, and now they didn't because we wasted our time with this yo-yo stuff that you could have done after. You could have went up to the PR director and said, "Could I just get a second with the coach after? I just want to congratulate him on a great season." I did it at the World Series with David Wright. When David Wright lost the game, he sat there, answered every damn question. And then when it was all over and everybody left, I went up to him and I said, that's why you're the captain of this team. You didn't have to do that, and you did. Good job. I didn't ask a question in the middle of the scrum. Hey, David Wright, great job answering those questions, man. Go Mets.
I just think we're overanalyzing.
They dragged me out by my short hairs.
But she's like a 75-year-old lady who works for the Free Press in Jacksonville.
You're missing the point.
You're missing the point. There's not small market, big market. It's now there's pretend land, and then there's the real one.
It's the
they
NFL
were living
playoffs.
in pretend land.
I mean, it's not the most guys. It's the NFL playoffs.
Yeah, it is. It's not like week 7 in Jacksonville where it's like Carolina versus Jacksonville. Nobody's really paying attention. It is a playoff game.
On the flip side, it's also not about the nuclear codes. Okay, it's about the end of the Jaguars.
That's a whole other conversation.
So why
we all
even
know
do
we're
it?
playing in the toy box. We all know that.
Yeah, exactly.
There are
all
still
the things that are going on in the world right now. Why even have a press conference?
No.
Just play the game. We'll all shake hands. We'll pray after, and then it'll all be over. Don't have to ask any questions. The game's over anyway. There's more important things going on in the world.
She's
but
an absolute
in this
sweetheart.
particular moment, it's a big moment for Jacksonville. Playoff loss. Jobs are won and lost.
All right,
based on what happens here, Peter.
Let's close it out with San Francisco and Philadelphia. Quite the day for Robert Saleh and the Niners defense.
Hurts shotgun snap. Hurts steps up middle. Knocked away by Eric Kendricks. The 49ers take over on downs. Do you believe in this team? What a play. The defense asked time and time again. 2 interceptions thrown by the 49ers. George Kittle's devastating injury in the second quarter. And now the offense comes out on the field and they can put this thing away here in Philly.
That's from KNBR. The Niners beat the Eagles 23-19 to take out the Super Bowl champs and advance to the divisional round game. 3 lead changes in the fourth quarter. George Kittle, torn Achilles. He will miss the rest of the season, of course. And also, speaking of injuries, guys, we talked about how the Bills not at their best. Wide receiver Gabe Davis, torn ACL.
Oof.
Another weapon gone for Josh Allen. Now, speaking of dominant defensive performances, the Patriots defense smothered Justin Herbert. We talked about it in our picks, guys. His O-line has been struggling to protect him all year. They've had injuries. They've had problems. And that continued as the Chargers' offense struggled and Drake May threw the game's only touchdown. Here's Justin Herbert on why they weren't able to get that win.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, and hasn't happened, so we'll have to reevaluate and see what happens.
Yeah, tough day for the Chargers. That'll do it for your NFL binge. Wild card weekend, kids.
Very good.
Thank you.
Excellent.
That was outstanding.
Calls to get to 800-919-3776. I'm sure people have an opinion about, again, that reporter we talked about. To be clear, we all agree. A very sweet moment, but just not the right moment. Stay with us. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
When it comes to meat and seafood, selection matters, and no one beats Wild Fork Foods. To everyday essentials, to high-quality steaks, to seafood and more, every product is blast frozen to lock in peak flavor and freshness, so you get restaurant-quality meats at home for amazing prices. Shop in person at 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or you can order online for same-day delivery. It's easy, it's convenient, and the prices are wild. WildForkFoods.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then?
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Now, I love this. I love the original, too.
What's the original again?
Who is it? I know the song. You can make me happen. Who is that?
I know the rap one. I know.
Yeah, no, I know.
I know Fast Life.
I know this is the sample of it, but the original is like Surface. Surface was good. Sneaky good 90s R&B.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did to Jacob. But
no, come on.
I'm not a part of this.
He's in his zone today.
I don't know any of these songs.
You don't have to know them to feel them, though, Don.
I felt nothing.
Well, listen.
How do you not feel anything with that?
He didn't feel it. But
listen, I'm not on the show today. I'm in Minneapolis.
Now, there are days, though.
You are on the show.
I'll be back tomorrow.
You are on the show.
Oh, and there are days when all three of us are in the studio, and Jacob plays nothing but stuff that's up Don's alley, and I don't go, could someone play some rap for me?
No, because we're analyzing every song coming out of break as if, like, you're dancing on my grave.
Nobody's dancing
on
I
the
don't
grave.
know.
This is
and
very
you broke down every song.
This is very Allen-like of
Listen,
you. You're being very sensitive.
Yeah, don't do me.
No.
Yeah, you're stealing Allen's.
You know what? You're really being.
If this
you're
was
doing
once,
a good
I
me
didn't
right
say
now.
anything the first 3 times it happened.
Now,
then, like, the 4th time, it's like, all right, we're going to just break down every.
No, but he's playing like the greatest hits off Ozzy's Boneyard.
I don't
and you're going 5 years deep into an album talking about a documentary that nobody saw.
No,
right?
I made a comment.
But we just go, hey.
Make a comment, hey, nice choice. I don't sit there and go find somebody to engage in conversation and purposely leave out 1/3 of the show.
I don't like this at
what's
all.
happening
Do
here
what you
tonight.
got to do, brother.
No,
it's working out.
You know what, Peter, we're not allowed to enjoy our music.
That's right.
We can't unless we can all like it at the same time.
You can.
Or unless Don likes it and we just have to tolerate it.
This was put together.
It was not intentional.
I was late to the meeting because I had a scavenger hunt for lunch today.
And what do you think we were doing in the meeting?
Minnesota?
Hey, Jacob, what's the big plan? How can we leave Don out of the music?
We're twisting our mustaches coming up with an idea. Like you're finally using. By the way, here we go. You want some love? You're finally using my Christmas gift. Look at you, and you look gorgeous.
What a dead-on shot that is.
Straight on his face.
Like you're supposed.
Well, all right.
I don't want to get all into Don's
That
activities.
is quite the gift. I will say that is quite the gift.
Listen,
Don, what are you doing?
I aim to please.
What are you doing?
Well, you've got great aim.
But look, does your iPad fit?
It fits sideways.
If it's sideways.
But it's supposed to fit.
But that's the right way. That's how you want the camera, the full
That's
shot.
how it works.
You look great.
But
I think it looks terrific.
And what I told, because I left on Saturday for Winnipeg with the team, which means I was able to pack as big a bag as I wanted to, bring my big, that ABC bag that they gave us like 20 years ago.
I don't know.
And I packed all of the stuff that I needed for which I can't do when I fly commercial. I will bring this with me next week when I go to Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, and Seattle. So this is definitely a part.
Doesn't it make life easier? Like, think about it. You don't have.
Never mind how life easier. Look at the shot, man.
The shot's gorgeous.
Gorgeous
shot.
Like you're supposed to.
It's a money shot.
Some would say, as we put a bow on that one.
You really tied it up nicely.
That's why I wanted to bring a full circle.
And on the music front, how about Chris Stapleton, everybody? His
right
All-American Road Show is coming
Now
to
we're all
Northwell at Jones Beach Theater on Wednesday, August 26th. And ESPN New York has your chance to score tickets on the ESPN New York app. Just find the contest tile, submit your entry. It's brought to you by Live Nation. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Don's busy that day, in case you wanted to go with him.
Was that true?
No, I just could tell by the way he was reacting to it. 800-919-3776. Jose in Connecticut's been on hold for a while. Jose?
What's up, baby?
Hey, my guys. Love you guys. But, man, and I'm going to preface by saying I don't like Pat McAfee. I don't like anything about him. But this is the one time I agree with him. And I'm going to give you some three quick points why. Like, number one, I agree with them. Like, sports writers, and sometimes Kay will admit to this. They act like curmudgeons. Like they're in the war zone reporting on like foreign international
no, you're right.
wars, right?
You're right.
And it's like and like this is one 20-second clip of a lady, by the way, who's actually made more waves than all of these robotic questions that are asked.
That too.
90% of the questions are like irrelevant. It's only like 2 or 3 questions that are important. And number 3, and I'm sorry, like I just got to say, I'm a consultant for businesses, and I always tell the same thing. People got to adapt. This is why print media is dying. Like people like McAfee, who I don't like, are adapting to what's happening. So it's okay to have one quick 20-second clip from a lady with 85-90% of the regular robotic questions, right?
It's just not what it's for. That's not the forum. This is not a
Why
chance
not,
to
though?
compliment.
That's
It's
my
just,
question. Why
I have
not?
a job to
Like,
do. You might think the media sucks, okay? And I can tell by your tone
No.
you think we're all worthless hacks,
I
okay?
don't. I didn't get
Because
that.
that guy
I didn't
in
get that at all.
Jacksonville has a job to do covering the team to find out information that he has to put back to his editor or send back to his radio station. That's his job. All right? I agree. Some questions are stupid because the quality of journalists obviously is in the eye of the beholder. Not everybody is good at their job, but they have a job to do. And that job is not to sit there and compliment the coach. That's not what it's there for. If you want to do it afterward, you want to send him an email, you want to make a phone call after. But in that particular forum, it's to ask questions about the game. That's what it's for.
What the caller's saying, and it is compelling, is that maybe you need to adapt to what that time is for. Maybe to some degree, it's also going to be for content creators who just ask other kinds of things.
I am just going to say, and you can go ahead and do the drop or whatever you want to say.
No,
you guys know I was a sports writer for a long time. I was in these situations. Yeah, exactly. I was in these situations. That's just not the time. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. That's just not the time. And what I don't want is for this to turn into now where all of a sudden there's just going to be now people that just go rogue and do it just to now be viral. And that's just that it can't be that way. Should it also be combative and curmudgeonly? No, I agree with what Jose said. It does feel like, though, there are some people that are miserable and just love to be miserable and want to make everybody miserable and only focus on negative things. I agree. And there's some people that take it too far when it comes to calling out teams and coaches and all that stuff. I agree. I've been around it. I've seen it. But that particular thing, as sweet as it was, just not there. That's all I'm saying.
I don't have an issue with it. If all of a sudden it started becoming this is all press conferences are, but a 75-year-old lady from the Jacksonville Free Press, a market that doesn't have a lot of nice things when it comes to sports, who's just saying, hey, we got a coach. I just want to let you know we love you. I get it. If that happened all the time, not right. But in that moment, it was a nice moment. That was all the news that came out of that press conference. So now I got to be nice to you to get some. So now will you be now nicer to her and get better answers? And I have to now kiss your ass to get better answers? We don't even know the information. This is the problem. We're also speaking at a school. It may be a thing where everyone in the town knows her and she doesn't normally go there. And it was just a nice moment. He knows her. The other reporters know her. We don't know. Like, we're speaking out of our aces, if we're being honest.
Well, but then that's a bad job out of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Why is that?
No one explained it.
Because you're taking up time. People have work to do.
I mean,
but you say you mean,
they
Peter,
got
but
the questions
you might,
in,
again,
Don.
We're a bunch of we shouldn't be credentialed. We're all awful at what we do. But we have a job to do. You cover a sport. Then all these fans want to know, like, how many times I'm calling a game. We'll find out for Coach why he called timeout, why he pulled the goaltender. How do you think you find out this information? Why did you go for it on fourth down? Why didn't you go for it on fourth down? How's the health of this player? Stuff that we now can use in our articles and our shows. It's all called information, and the press conference is where you get that information, or you try to get that information. If it's going to be taken up by stuff like that, and then the PR director goes, okay, thanks for the questions, and then I didn't get to ask my question, and then the fans are like, how come we never found out why he went for it on fourth down? Well, that's why.
I hear you. Again, we just don't have context. It might have been the 23rd question. We just don't know.
You just don't understand the point
No, I do
what
understand
a press conference
is.
is.
Of course I do. But, I mean, not every moment of every press conference leads to ink on paper. That's not how press conferences go in general.
I'm arguing more with the caller is like, well, maybe we have to adapt. Adapt to what? So just change it all? Well, this is the area of time. We only have a finite amount of time. I mean, I'm lucky I get to travel with the team. But there are people that cover the Devils that only get a finite amount of time with the head coach or cover the Rangers or cover the Yankees. And when that time is taken up by that, well, then it hurts me to do my job. As great as it was, a beautiful moment, but now let's adapt. Now let's have everybody, just whoever has a question or want. It would be just as wrong if somebody asked for his job at that. That's a hackadoodle thing to do, too.
Now, speaking of hackadoodle-doos, I bet you there won't be a hackadoodle-doo performance tonight. And if you want to bet on that final wild card matchup.
Oh, we are.
Oh, it's going down tonight. That's right. I already have Houston. You know that. They're -3. And FanDuel's turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL game day. Tonight, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. All right? So I got the Texans to cover the number. You know that. Take your shot, though. Maybe you want the Steelers with the upset or to build a parlay that fits the moment for you. So apply your profit boost and go after an even bigger payout while the playoffs get rolling. Visit FanDuel.com/local, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL game day. 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration to max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Big 5 o'clock hour next. ENN at 6. It's DHR on ESPN.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. No relief on the LIE eastbound in Queens right before the Cross Island. Still have this crash in the right lane. Been out there for a while. Add that to the volume. It's a packed ride from the BQE. New collision on the Cross Island southbound by the Bayside Marina. You're jammed there from the Throgs Neck Bridge. Not moving much on the BQE westbound in Brooklyn over by the Manhattan Bridge. Broken down mini school bus in the right lane. You're stopped there from the Williamsburg Bridge. Best of it's the outbound George, southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, bumper to bumper from the Bronx River Parkway. Inbound George looking good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln already about 5 to 10. Outbound Hahn 10 to 15. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
.503 in the big city with Don LaGreca and Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn. 800-919-3776, of course, is the number. And how about right now, as we get you ready for the evening, we give you Game Time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, Donnie.
It's Tully time.
Is he there?
It's Tully time.
Yeah, it's Tully time. Tully time.
Anybody excited about the Rangers?
Hockey
Anthony?
Roger.
I'll watch.
They're back home.
Great.
That's
Go watch.
usually good news, isn't it?
No.
They face the Kraken.
Doesn't matter who they face.
I guess the coverage immediately follows us on 880 at 6:30. That's right. We are a 6:30 vehicle today. And Don is in Minnesota. Why? Because Los Diablos visit the Wild at 8 Eastern time, of course. And then the Nets, they're in Dallas. They take on the Mavericks at 8:30. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cat. Don't forget there's a Monday Night Football game tonight as well. Steelers
I'm
and
aware of that.
Texans.
I'm aware, sure.
8:15 is your kickoff on that.
Local at Jace.
That is sorta. Aaron Rodgers, is it his last game? Mike Tomlin, is he suddenly become available as a head coach? Giants fans, a lot to pay attention to here. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Hey, Don, did you hear? I don't know if you heard that my commies found themselves in OC.
Oh, yeah.
You familiar with the work of David Blough?
The amount of the tweets that I got when that came down was unreal.
David Blough.
So the situation was,
oh boy,
if in that clip,
yeah,
we're doing our picks.
Yes,
Don is explaining why at the time he was not going to pick either Detroit, probably Detroit,
right?
And
he's Friday. It was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving,
and he's explaining, and as he's giving the big, final pick. Here's why I'm not going to. He's trying to tell us who their quarterback is. So he's reading it off the paper. We don't know who this is, and he just says,
"You familiar with the work of David Blough?"
Of course, his name is David Blough.
Well, that's fine.
Right.
That's fine.
But
I had to figure that out because I'm just looking at his name, not having heard it before, had to make a pick, and that drop has lived forever.
Forever.
I did that pre-COVID, so that had to be
it's 2019.
6 years ago.
2019 or 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about 6-7 years ago.
Well, Don,
were
you familiar with the work of David Blough?
No, he had no idea who he was. He was reading his name.
You familiar with the work of David Blough?
What made you say it then?
No, Blough.
No, I understand, but what was the reason why he said it was
because
chess?
we weren't familiar. Because he's like, they're going to lose. Are you familiar with the work of this guy we've never heard of?
Right, because I believe it was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. The Lions were playing, and he was going to start the game because I guess at the time Matthew Stafford couldn't go.
Gotcha.
Because of injury. And that's why I had to explain why I was taking whoever they were playing.
You familiar with the work of David Blough?
Tremendous.
So you can hear the music in the background.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah, that's great.
Now the New York Jets requested in 2025, in the 2025 offseason, an interview with David Blough to try to get him on Aaron Glenn's.
And he said no.
The commander said no. They denied the request.
The Lions said no.
No. He was already with the Commanders.
He was already with the Commanders?
Yeah, under Kingsbury.
Charger now.
Oh, okay.
So he was with Kingsbury in Arizona in 2022 as a quarterback.
Gotcha.
So him and Kingsbury were close, and a lot of people say that some of the trickery Kingsbury's been doing, the work of David Blough has been involved.
Right.
And so the Commanders, who a lot of people thought would run to get Mike McDaniel, who we know is close with Dan Quinn, instead they went with the 20-something-year-old up-and-coming, which I have to tell you, I have a tendency to like more than the backing up the Brinks truck sometimes to get that name. Because it seems like over the last several years, Don, the teams that have emerged to become special have kind of almost all come from new voices and kind of hotshot young coordinators. You got to try to take some shots at them sometimes.
Yeah, that has worked, and then
and it's not worked.
And in Philly, it didn't work.
Yeah, well,
offensive coordinator that did not work out.
No, there are obviously going to be times when it doesn't
so
work.
So it all depends. But you always look at tree, right? Like what tree is he off of? Who did he learn from? That kind of thing. And if it's a similar offense and somebody that did play in the league, I mean that's it'd be interesting.
Listen, I would have been excited for Mike. I would have been excited for Mike McDaniel as well. I wonder where he'll land. He obviously someone's going to hire him.
Oh yeah.
It would be interesting to see where Harbaugh goes offensive coordinator-wise should he end up here. Do either of you have a preference of any of the names out there that you'd love to see?
Offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Not Todd Monken.
Not Monken.
I would probably go with not that one.
Anyone else?
Snap back, 4-man rush. Caleb with a double move. Throw
That's
down
an
left
accident.
side
How about
by
that
DJ
guy?
Moore inside the 5.
He's good.
Yeah, Ben Johnson. He's not available.
I don't think
anymore.
I don't think
He's not
you're
available.
Available.
Yeah.
But
the other thing I was thinking about was that because it's Blough. His last name is Blough.
Okay.
So they could have named him Curtis without thinking twice about
It's a
it.
great question. And his name would have been Curtis
Blough. Curtis Blough. But no, I do not have an offensive coordinator that jumps to mind.
Don, you're
I can
very
tell you
much in the show today.
Don, I would like you
What
to
do
put.
you mean?
I would
You
like-
are.
I would
No.
like-
You were saying before you're not in. You're not. You are in.
Yeah, you're
No,
fully.
I've been strategically left out of things.
Strategically.
But
he thinks we planned.
Yeah.
What did we strategically do?
Well, no, Jacob playing popular hip hop songs he knows Don wouldn't know, and then you guys kibitzing about it, and I feel left out.
And then we kibitz about it. He's left out.
And he can't join the fun.
Now you think we talked about this during like the show meeting before you got there?
No, I don't think.
You know that we don't plan anything.
Yeah, you know, all we do is talk about what I ate from the grocery store. What did I buy?
I think Jacob planned this all weekend.
I said I'm going to show Don.
Wow.
We're going to leave Don out today.
It's crazy because I hold it highest regard, not even for my resume, not the fact that I work at ESPN. It's the fact that Don said he would let me DJ his wedding.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
I
heard that.
And not only that, but for how old are you, Jacob?
33.
And where are you from?
Harlem, New York.
Jacob is a 33-year-old black man from Harlem, New York.
Mm-hmm.
And on the regular, just drops songs that makes Don's heart sing. And then he has one day when he plays some hip-hop records.
Where he just
and
feels like, let me go here.
But
and Don
there
goes,
was
oh,
certain
it's
hip-hop.
coming after me.
Hip-hop that I don't know, but
That's
apparently
most.
popular enough for you guys to analyze.
Yes, very much so.
Just because I recognized a sample that was an earlier R&B song?
And you know that's Alan's wheelhouse.
You know 90s
R&B.
Oh, come on. It's too easy. Fish in a barrel.
Also, too, Anthony has the biggest gripe on the show because has no interest in music, but yet we still drill it every day.
Oh, and he gets
That's a great point.
and he hates it all.
He's already is he already starting to spasm over there?
I think he lost it after the first segment at 3 o'clock.
But that's kind of on him because, like, how do you not have music in your life? What's the matter with you?
Yeah, we know Don would take music over sports.
I didn't say anything. How am I getting strays for saying
Listen,
absolutely
that's your partner.
nothing?
That's your partner in there. You
I
guys
didn't
fight
do a
it out.
thing.
See?
You're on the
This
other
is
side of
all
the glass.
part of
You have
Jacob's
it out.
plan this weekend.
Here you go,
When
Don.
did you hatch this? Saturday?
This is
what game
chaos.
was being
You know
played
how,
when you hatched
Alan,
this
you know
plan?
from the old shows, you know how I'd have it. How we come back? Silence.
Yeah, that's how
Show
he likes it.
sports time. Let's go.
Don, here's a rap beat we know you'll
Boy,
know.
those 90s, that's crazy. That was like 30 years ago.
Oh, no, it's coming after
now
us
you
again.
can see, now we're old men. Oh, you know this, right, Donnie?
You're going to laugh at how
How do you know
It's
it?
Ice Cube.
because
It's like a jungle
it
gym.
played during when I play Vice City. This is one of the songs on the soundtrack to the.
But the Ice Cube version, though. Or is no, it's the actual The Message by Grandmaster Flash.
He has that one.
Yeah, because it's set in the 80s.
Ah.
So every car you steal and you
But
kill
you
the
didn't know it.
driver.
But you didn't know it in the 80s.
No.
What are you stealing? Like an '86 Buick Regal? What are we stealing?
Whatever is available. And then whatever radio station happens to be on. And there's not, when you played it as much as I played it, 20 years ago, and I have the app, so I'll play it like on the plane.
No, you're still playing it, huh?
Yeah. I've already
playing
finished it.
Speaking of playing, let's get an update on what's going on with the PS5. What are Marco and Jalen playing over there?
Oh, yeah. What's the game?
Is NHL 24.
So
not 26? It's discounted now. It's got to be.
Or 25, excuse me, 25. 25.
Still not 26.
It's hockey, man.
And on his VR headset, he's playing Gorilla Tag.
He's playing what?
Gorilla Tag.
Gorilla Tag.
I don't know.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you a warning right now.
Don't.
No, I'm going to say one thing.
Don't.
I'm going to keep it very, very brief.
Please don't.
If you notice in a couple of years,
Oh, boy. He is.
that Marco goes upstairs with the VR headset and doesn't come downstairs for like 8 hours, I'm going to let you know what he's discovered, Don.
Why would you do this?
Why would 8, Peter?
Yeah.
He's
why?
8?
Just don't.
All right, so you got like 4 years. But in 4 years, in 4 or 5 years, when he disappears and you go, what happened to Marco? And he comes downstairs smoking a cigar, you know what happened.
Well, the funny thing
What
is
is
that
wrong
like,
with you?
You'll see him. Like, he doesn't know we're watching him.
Yeah.
And so he's making all these, like, gyrations in the game. Like, but it makes no sense out of context because we don't see what he's playing.
Do you record it?
But what you're suggesting, the gyrations might be something completely different and make a little bit more sense.
And if he does it in front of the family, that's a secondary problem.
Record it. Threaten to post it.
Yeah, anyways, just be careful with that VR headset.
All right, let's get back to calls. 800-919-3776.
All right.
Let's go to Brian in Sleepy Hollow. What's up, Brian?
How's it going, guys? Just want to start by saying McAfee is a big hackadoodle-doo, and he's at the crossroads with everything that's wrong with American culture, but I digress.
How's it working out for him?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the thing. It's all about money, you know? But
last I checked.
I like the first time I saw the clip of the woman saying that, I showed my fiance, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I went to journalism school. I understand what it's like to be a reporter, and it was a nice thing. But I don't know. It's for McAfee to clap back like that. It's like, all right, we don't need you in every part of culture. It's that whole surface level. Like, I'm gonna have an opinion. Everything's got to be fun.
Well,
I
here's
don't
the
know.
deal.
How aggressive was his clapback?
He wrote several paragraphs condemning those who had any problem with it and talking about how there's a lot of members of the media who hate the sport they cover and it's very negative and all that stuff.
There's room for nuance. Not everything has to be a binary. It's
that is true.
Unfortunately,
because what
Brian,
you're talking about people that are bad at their jobs, people that cover a sport they hate, trying to get coaches fired, asking stupid questions. I agree with that. Those people should be eradicated as well. They're doing their job poorly, but they are attempting to do their job. She was not doing any job. She just wanted to compliment. Okay, fine, but there's a time and place for everything. That's okay. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's more. We should have more of that in our life.
In our world, yes.
It was just ill-timed. You could do that after the fact. And I also think before we start, so all these things are strategic anyway. So there's a very good possibility she knew exactly what she was doing. She knew how viral it was going to get. So you wonder, how nice was it, or was it just a moment to get her 15 minutes? It may not be, but that's also on the table, right?
Yep.
What else you got, Brian?
I understand where you're coming from with I'm a Jets fan with the whole, don't go for a quarterback in number 2, but after Friday night, I definitely felt like you. Maybe we should get best player available, and I don't know, see if Trinidad
Chambliss,
will be second round or something like that. Yeah, but I just think you got to just give it a little time. I like I like his release more. I like he's definitely raw, and he could put on about 20 pounds, but. I don't know. I think we should draft him because we don't have to trade up to get him. If it was trading up for him, no way. But, you're only here a couple of times at number 2 spot. And you can't,
You said he's raw and you like the release, right?
Yeah. Now, Brian, everything you're saying makes sense for a competent organization. Right, Brian?
I know, but
it
when
makes
are you
sense.
going to make your way out of it, though? You're just eating the tail. You got to take a shot at some point,
Yeah, the problem is when you said, and thank you, Brian, when you say, well, you only get here a certain amount of times, they get here a lot of times, guys. They've been in the top 10 every year. They always have these picks. And so you can't say, oh, well, you're not here that often. No, they are. They were only here a couple of years ago, and they made a mistake there. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying is you could take that pick, and you could turn it into more picks that can make you better and still get a quarterback later. In fact, you could still get a quarterback and take him too high, but it won't be too high.
But I'm saying you can't
and I actually think Chambliss has something else that goes beyond his release point and his athleticism. There's something about him that I saw in that game that he went toe-to-toe and had a chance to win. A team that shouldn't have been there. A team that had no chance winning that game. And he was right there against a great defense, and he was that close to going to the national championship, man.
Oh, right,
and so there's something more in him that I think can look like you put him with the Jets, and he might actually be able to survive it better than somebody who has a great release point and has very athletic, but is a box of rocks, and I got to teach him.
But we're all putting so much stock in what we're seeing in these games.
Well, but the games matter, don't they?
Well, they do, but Beck could go out there and beat Indiana. Is he getting drafted too?
Well,
no.
He's getting drafted.
He's going to play in the national championship game.
He's getting drafted.
But no, he's not going to get considered drafted where you're talking, and he might win the national championship.
Where am I talking? Not number 2.
Exactly.
I'm not taking. I didn't say I wouldn't
right.
take
I don't know
Chambliss
where
number
he's going
two.
to be taken, but you don't hear him talking
Take him
old
later.
or whatever. But I'm just saying, I think we're putting too much stock in these games.
Well, I disagree, Don. I think these games, not like a game against Penn State in the middle of the year. I'm talking about a game with so much on the line, so much intensity. Like this is as close to NFL when it comes to intensity, people watching, the amount of preparation, all of it. Like that's as close to the NFL as you can get in a college game. And how does he look? Does he look overwhelmed? Does he look surprised? Does his flaws show? Or does he rise to the occasion? Is he the reason why his team can win?
Yeah.
I mean, Chambliss took that team down the field and had a chance to win against a really good Miami defense. That tells me there's something to him that I need to know more.
I wish it was more about that, but it just doesn't seem
you don't
like
think so?
it is. No, look at the history.
But a pro day, you can learn a lot about him. I sit down with him. I spend some time with him. I'm going to learn more about him in that situation in a controlled environment.
Well, then explain to me why these guys move more after the season than they do during the season. I'm telling you, we're gonna look. I might be wrong about this, and I'll be here if I am. But when we get to the draft in April, let's see if we're still talking about the same players.
That was weird.
And let's see if we're still talking about them in the same order we're talking about them now. It happens every year. And then all of a sudden something happens, a conversation, a pro day, a Wonderlic test, an interview, and then all of a sudden we're sitting there in April and we're like, whatever happened to that guy we were talking about that was going to go in the first round?
No, I get what
crazy.
you're saying. How often, though, do we see, because this is the first time we've had expanded playoffs, do we see a quarterback that's considered high up there that we're seeing in these pressure situations? Joe Burrow went number one. Trevor Lawrence went number one. Right? How many of these quarterbacks that were drafted high were also playing for a national championship?
Yeah.
Right? So
that's definitely created more opportunity. Sure.
I think it's just allowed us to see them under pressure. Danny in Centerport. Hey, Danny.
Hey, guys. How we doing?
Good. So how do you feel about this, Danny? You're a diehard Jets fan.
You know what, Alan? Before I get to my quarterback point, and I appreciate it because you guys are my therapy, and I don't have much left in me, man. But it's just, Alan, there's another 5 months, man, of my life that I'm never getting back. And I just feel like there is no end in sight. It's so sad, man. Like, you guys have your algorithms in your phone that you follow. And, of course, one of mine is the Jets and the memories. My algorithm starts flashing to me this week of 15, 16 years ago of John Hall making a kick, to beat the Colts and things that I was 40 years old then, man. I'm 55, 56 years old. I just can't believe that is another 5 months of my life that is just gone, wasted. I watched every minute of every game yesterday, and I just sat back and said, I don't even know what the feeling would be anymore to watch my team in this predicament. Just to enjoy, some gratitude, man, out of this. It's just sickening, so past that, let's get to the quarterback, right? I understand everything you guys are saying. It's all valid, the drafting and where and this and that. You know what? The one thing that this regime did was get rid of those guys and get these picks. So I'm sorry if I'm being stupid, if I've had enough. But the bottom line is, go stockpile a couple of these picks and go get a proven quarterback, because we cannot get in this hamster wheel again. We cannot get a quarterback right now and hope to develop him, hope to get it right, and he becomes something in 2, 3, 4 years from now. We don't have that. There's nothing left for us to do. There'll be an empty stadium and another coaching carousel, because it's just going to fail. Go get me a proven quarterback. Make them an offer, somebody that they can't refuse, right? It seems like Baltimore's in a little bit of a change here. Go get Lamar Jackson. Go get Mahomes. Go get Burrow. Give them whatever the hell they want, because we need something proven here, man. We can't do this anymore. I just can't, man. It's so disheartening, guys.
Danny, I hear it.
Alan,
I hear it,
it's
Danny.
so messed up, man.
I hear it, man. Like what you're saying. Thank you, Danny. And I guess like Don is using logic and reason, and you can hear it. Danny doesn't have any of that. I don't have it either. So that's why I just like.
But it's still
I
not
don't
going
want
to get you the result
what
you
Danny
want.
said, the hamster wheel. That's my fear going into this draft and this offseason process is that hamster wheel again of got a number 2 pick, take the best quarterback available, see if he can turn into a star. He sucks. Got the number 2 pick, take the best quarterback available, see if he's good.
Can I add to the hamster wheel?
No, he
though?
sucks.
Hamster wheel. Let me add that next ripple, the same hamster wheel. Oh, my God, a legend's available. Let's get him. We bring him in. Doesn't work out. Back to another pick. Either way, it's 50 cents in one hand, half a dollar in the other. It's not working out either way.
Yeah, you tried it with Favre. You tried it with Rodgers. It worked to an extent with Testaverde because that's when you had a functioning organization.
Right. Yeah.
But you're trying to get around the fact that they don't know what the hell they're doing. So whatever the plan is, they're going to soil themselves. So I appreciate your effort, but right now it's making sure you get the right people in place or hope you have the right people in place.
Yeah. Well,
if you don't, then nothing is going to work, to Peter's point.
That's that I guess that nothing working. That's the part that I think I'd put my money down on versus anything else.
Hey, we talked Burrow, right? And if there's some scenario, of course, Burrow. But outside of Burrow and Lamar Jackson, who I don't think Baltimore, I think they made their choice who they wanted to keep. That's why they let John Harbaugh go.
Right. I agree.
What quarterback's available?
No one that is going to move the needle or give you any movement. But somebody that can get you down the road until you are in a better position to find another quarterback, like somebody better. There's somebody capable, because what we learned this year is that Justin Fields was not capable. More of your calls coming up. We'll get the latest on John Harbaugh, the list of teams he's already talking to, and how soon he can come to a decision. So how much longer do you have to wait as a Giants fan? The latest on that and more next on Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then.
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. Really? That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's Second Chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first TD scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Not an easy ride out there on the roads, no matter where you're headed. We'll start off in Nassau County. Wantas southbound at a standstill heading over to Hempstead Turnpike. A crash in the right lane. You're stopped there from the Northern State. BQE westbound. They picked up that broken down mini school bus over by the Williamsburg Bridge in Brooklyn. But now we've got a new one on the eastbound side over by McGinnis Humboldt. Delays are starting to back up onto the inbound Gowanus. Best of it's the outbound George, still the southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. West Side Highway northbound, just a bit busy from the 79th Street Boat Basin. Inbound George, no issues for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln already about 5 to 10. Outbound Holland close to 15. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients, from beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats. You'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
4? Man, my drives have been getting weaker and weaker. The same thing happened to me when I turned 40. Men over 40 lose more than just their golf game. Energy, strength, stamina, it all goes downhill. I got Nugenix Total T2 and started feeling like my old self in no time.
America's most trusted testosterone-boosting brand is back. Nugenix Total T2. Crafted with a unique new formula that combines the ultimate free and total testosterone booster with a powerful nitric oxide booster that works in just 3 hours. Feel like a new man, leaner, stronger, with more energy and drive. Get your complimentary bottle today by texting BEAT to 369-369 now.
All right, let's test this out. Wow, that's on the green, man. Looks like I got my drive back.
Text BEAT to 369-369 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2. Text now and we'll even throw in a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
We were wondering which way you'd go. I, for one, suggested that if you played something...
Wait for it.
If you played something out of Don's wheelhouse...
Gutless.
We would have called you soft.
Yeah, gutless.
But you doubled down?
And went to Bucktown.
Very impressive.
Look at that. Smith & Wesson Bucktown.
Love it. Hey, so Jacob with the win.
Yeah, big,
and you know when a trophy,
big dub.
When a trophy is raised,
yeah,
it can feel like the season's over.
Sure it can.
But on the ESPN app, it never really is, because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. I'll be locked into Monday Night Football tonight. You know that, because we all have our picks in. Don is 5-0. If the Texans win, he's 6-0.
And?
We'll never live with him.
And?
Oh, you might be 5-1.
Yeah.
Which is
pretty good.
Which is not bad either.
I would have made some money.
But I need this just to save face. No off season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today. Don, just heavy breathing in the background there.
Well, keep playing the game. It's fun.
Wow. What game are we playing? We're not playing a game.
He thinks these are reindeer games. Does he think that we talked to Jacob during the break?
We literally do not.
No.
The only thing Jake said to me during the break was, "You have ESPN." Right. That was it.
Was that a drop?
What was that? Was that a drop?
Yeah, that was Don's impression of Richard from Manhattan.
Can I hear it again?
Right. Right.
That's not
I
bad.
got one quickie.
That's really good. Right.
Oh, great.
The latest on John Harbaugh came down about an hour ago.
Richard in Manhattan.
Hi, Richard.
From Adam Schefter. So the Falcons put out an announcement saying they have completed an interview with John Harbaugh for their head coaching job.
Ah, wow. Falcons got it in already, huh?
It's the first formal interview since he was fired by the Ravens last week. But sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter on Monday that Harbaugh has been conducting preliminary and extensive phone calls with other teams such as the Titans, the Browns, the Raiders, the Cardinals, and, of course, the New York Football Giants. So he's trying to determine which teams to meet with later this week and into next week before deciding where he's going to coach next season. So the fact that he has already had a formal interview with the Falcons, does that make you wonder if he already knew, I want to meet with them, and now it's like, who else is worth my time? And should the Giants be concerned about that? Because every time the Giants feel close, there's always some kind of curveball coming in, whether it's the Dolphins, whether it's the Packers. How do we feel about this, Don?
Well, the curveballs are coming from outside, right? They can't control if the Packers fire their coach. But every indication they should have is they're going to get a sit down with him. There's mutual interest, and now you just got to hope that he decides to pick your team. And if quarterback is important, I think the Giants are certainly in play. Now, you can make the case that he might believe in Ward more than Dart. Clearly, Cam Ward was the first overall pick. Dart was 25. So if he picked Tennessee over the Giants because of the quarterback, what else can you do? Now it's just a matter of the Joe Schoen of it all.
Yeah.
Joe Schoen is somebody he wants to work with. Are the Giants willing to part ways with Joe Schoen if he's not?
Atlanta cleaned house. Yes. Matt Ryan is there at the top, but you could bring in your own GM in Atlanta.
And I think there could be a world where a new GM can come in. Schoen still keeps his job because Joe Schoen apparently was able to modernize their scouting, and so maybe there's a place for him. Maybe Joe Schoen walks away and says, well, if I'm not the general manager, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to let Joe Schoen stand in the way of John Harbaugh coming here. I don't care how big a fan you are of Joe Schoen.
Mm-hmm.
You never gave him a contract extension.
I think for good reason.
You can't tell me you really believe in him.
They wanted to see how this process went, right?
Yeah, they want to see how the process, and part of that is, all right, does the new head coach want to work with you or not?
Yeah, you're selling the organization.
I think that's probably
to this
part
guy.
of the phone conversation.
Yeah. You're selling yourself, your process, and the organization to John Harbaugh. That's what I do think that's what Joe Schoen's doing. That's what he has to do. Now in Atlanta, did he sit down with Matt Ryan? Did he sit? I didn't see the statement. So they said there was a formal interview.
Ian O'Connor said it was just a phone call.
Interesting. That's what's. There's so much gray area with this. Like, why would they put out that statement?
Ian said John Harbaugh talked to Matt Ryan of the Falcons, but not in person. My understanding is no in-person interviews on the docket as of yet.
There you go.
Well,
okay.
Well, formal interview, in-person interview. We're playing semantics here.
The Zoom.
They could have had a 3-hour phone conversation. And to the Falcons, that was a formal interview.
Yeah, he talked to Matt
Ryan.
Ryan.
Harbaugh might just be a getting to know you.
Yeah. So that's what that was. So he talked. That's what I was trying to figure out from this, because when you read the story as written, it says the Atlanta Falcons announced Monday they've completed an interview with John Harbaugh for their head coaching job. It is Harbaugh's first formal interview. So when I read those, that's the first paragraph and second line on a story on ESPN.com that was posted at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time. When I read that, that suggests to me that he was either in Atlanta or those from Atlanta went to him and sat down. When you say formal, right? When the Falcons announce, like, have the Giants announced that they've talked to him? No.
No, we've heard.
No, but the Giants,
the
Falcons have announced it. So that suggests it seemed a little more serious.
Can I also point out that I think it's weird in general that every team puts out these releases on Twitter?
They have to, though, because, again, the Rooney Rule thing that you put out who you were interviewing.
Oh, so they have to put up a post that says,
you have to post who
the
you're
Ravens interviewed Cliff Kingsbury with a picture of him.
Yeah, that's just what they do. They have to do that.
They can't just report it to the league. It has to be reported to everybody.
It has to be made public.
I mean, it's PR, right? I mean, you let your fans know, hey, we're talking to John Harbaugh.
Right, we
trying
scoured
to get the
everything.
best candidate possible.
Yeah.
I think this is more Atlanta trying to flex and say they got the first interview. But meanwhile, nobody does it better than Ian. Ian O'Connor saying he's not meeting with anybody in person, because in person, to me, that's real. That's now we're getting into the formality of an interview. You can have phone conversations. Now, the Giants might have had a phone conversation and didn't think it was worthy to release it because they know
they don't
until he comes into their facility, it's not
Yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah.
But to the Falcons, why not send out a release? Hey, look at us. We're ahead of the game.
So this is going to probably be
They're going to go quarterback there.
So again, the next line that gets my attention from the story is he is trying to determine which teams to meet with later this week and into next week before deciding where he will coach next season. This is all Adam Schefter getting this information. So I know, Don, you were looking at Friday, but if he's saying later this week and into next week before he makes a decision, sounds more like he might not decide until before the championship round.
Well,
if not Super Bowl.
I said my prediction was at the earliest Friday. I mean, today is Monday, so it sounds like that's not going to happen. If he's not going to wait, he's going to wait till the following week.
Yeah.
So he's gonna do it at his own pace.
Slow play, see what else opens, and if he wanted a job, he would have taken it. Like he'd already be in that process, don't you think? To me, that almost is a little doesn't mean the Giants can't get him, but it doesn't sound like Giants job. No, I want that. Like I'm not wasting any time. I'm taking that job.
But let's just say, for sake of argument, he really wants the Giants, and he wants no other job of the Giants. I'm not saying that that's the case, but let's just say, for sake of argument, that's where he's at. Mm-hmm. And it would behoove him to at least send out smoke signals that I'm talking to other people, try to drive the price up. I ended up being right. The reports I told you is going to take at least $20 million, and that sounds like what it's going to be. He's going to want at least $20 million a year.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, you let the Giants know, hey, I'm talking to Atlanta, I'm talking to the L.A. and
make sure you get every dollar.
And the Giants say,
his previous,
maybe we'll give you 25.
His deal in Baltimore that he walked away for, or that they fired him from, was $17 a year. The extension he signed.
Mm-hmm.
So he was already going to be up there. That's more than his brother.
Now, guys, I want to tell you both something.
What?
Boxing is back at Madison Square Garden.
Sure is.
Friday, January 31st, for the Ring 6, Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Power versus precision on boxing's biggest stage. ESPN New York has your chance to score tickets on the ESPN New York app. Just find the contest tile and submit your entry. Brought to you by Madison Square Garden. This is a fight you will not want to miss. Two of the best in the world. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and catch every round live on DAZN. I'm going to be in Saudi Arabia for that fight. Otherwise, I'd be there.
Renan sends me a text.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan.
Jordan Renan?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't have to announce interviews. Giants aren't doing it. And then, but they've been like other teams. They've been in touch.
Oh, so they don't have to
with Harbaugh.
That's interesting.
So, but yeah.
But we were wrong about them having.
I wanted to correct myself because every team seems to do it. Whenever they interview somebody, they do the
PR,
the
right?
post. But I thought it was
you
just
want to fire your fans up.
I guess. Although not every interview is going to fire people up, right?
Well, but you're reading reports of where he's going to go, predicting he's going to go to the Giants or whatever, and you're Atlanta going, well, we need a coach. And that's not going to fire you up that the first formal interview John Harbaugh did was with you, even if it ends up being semantics and not really true.
Ian takes the bucket of water and just dumps it on it like that was on the phone.
That's going to happen anyway. Once the announcement's made, and
I love it.
And you're hiring whoever.
Yeah.
But I think that's strictly PR.
The Giants have been in touch with him. Gary has said it. Ian has said it. It's clear they've made it clear to him that he is a priority. They have interviewed others along the way just because you don't know how it's going to end up, and you want to make sure you're still in the process, which is why Stefanski was given a lot of priority at the very beginning. They have brought in others as well, including again, Antonio Pierce, who they have high regard for. So they are still in the process, and then we'll see what happens tonight and whatever comes of this to see if it even opens up even more things and more speculation. But, this is the big fish, and so everybody's going to be following this along, and it just doesn't feel like we're going to see this come to it's not going to come to a quick ending, which it shouldn't, but I'm only saying that you'd think if there was a job that was his, this is the one I want, it would be sooner rather than later. But it doesn't seem like it seems like he wants to let me see everybody's situation, and then I'll pick the ones that feel like would be good for me, and then how do they sell it to me, and what vibe do I get in the building? So he's really going to take his time, which is a smart thing to do, but it also suggests there isn't that one dream job that he's like, oh, I want that job. Right?
Mm-hmm. But he knows a lot about these teams anyway. I think it's just answering a few questions.
Yeah, you would think so.
What's going on with Joe Shane? What's the plan there?
I think he already knows.
But I think these coaches know everybody, even teams that they didn't play. He just played the Giants last year. He knows the organization. I just think he's got a few questions. And with the Giants, my biggest question would be, what's up with Joe Shane? And what's up with John Mara?
Well, that's another one, too. What are your questions? 800-919-3776. We got a bunch of calls. We'll get to them coming up next. ENN, of course, at 6. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN, New York.
The St. John's Red Storm go for their third win in a row when they host Marquette at MSG. Coverage begins tomorrow at 6:10 on 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions. Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible? Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T2. The testosterone booster? Yeah, but it's way more than that now. It also skyrockets your nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. I started taking it right away and I'm already seeing results. I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week. Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with T2, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text ROCK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's ROCK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. Discover the untold story behind Shakespeare's greatest masterpiece. Winner of more audience awards than any film this year, Hamnet is a monumental cinematic experience. And now it's the Critics' Choice Award winner for Best Actress, Jessie Buckley. Hamnet is the best picture of the year. Hamnet, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing only in theaters.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one 50% off and every day 0% financing. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends January 31st, 2026.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Oh, I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
He's heard this.
You know this.
He's heard it, I think. One of the worst lines. I love Mary, but dancery is crazy.
And she needs to rhyme it.
I mean, I understand you. Hateration.
You know,
there's a lot of rough words in this song.
You know the Islanders used to play this after games when they won in the locker room?
No, really?
Way back in the day.
When it came out?
When it came out.
Like 02.
Family Affair. This was like their thing when they'd win. And it was so bizarre because you're like, you never heard
R&B in hockey is.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like that never really was a. Now every locker room, it's all you have is hip hop now. In hockey.
Don, is that song familiar or no?
You know this song.
You heard it or no?
Not sure. No, I don't think so.
He's not sure though. It's possible. Hey, speaking of hockey,
it's possible.
Speaking of hockey, anybody tell me, any of the youngsters in your family, has anyone gotten into heated rivalry?
Heated rivalry.
Yeah. No one.
I've heard about it. Yeah.
Anthony?
I've not gotten a chance to watch.
Anthony, you checked it out?
I have not watched it.
Well, tell me.
It's a apparently very popular story about two hockey players who fall in love and have like a secret hidden romance, and their hockey. I don't know if they're they may be college age. I don't know.
No, there's a fake. There's a Montreal team and a New York team.
So pro league?
Yeah, it's pro league.
Why do they do that? If you're gonna do a fake sports show, I really prefer you either keep it amateur, like. Don't try to do like they're the teams from Tecmo Bowl or Double Dribble. Okay, I hate that.
I think there's books about. I think
the
it was a
New
book
York
first.
Knights.
It is. I think that's right. That's right, Anthony. I think it's like they're like from these kind of romance books. But
is that what it's from?
But it's turned into like a very big thing. And the two guys who were in it presented last night at the Golden Globes. And Nikki Glaser had a joke about it, and she's like, I just think it's really cool now that they're willing to do things like this and show stories like their story on television. Of course, I mean stories about hockey.
That's I think Gracie actually would know this.
I would think so.
I will ask her about it.
I would think because it's a teeny story slash.
Are they cute boys?
Listen, I'm not the best manalizer, but I'm pretty sure the gentlemen were pretty handsome.
That's usually what will draw the eyeballs of a teenage girl. Game time, everybody. Brought to you by Tullamore Irish Whiskey because, Don, when it's game time.
It's troller time.
Sure is. Rangers back at home. They face the Kraken. What's the over-under on that?
Release the Kraken.
Yeah. Coverage immediately follows us on 880 at 6:30. You hear Don. He's in Minnesota with the Devils. They take on the Wild at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then the Nets, they're in Dallas. They face the Mavericks at 8:30. Those are the locals. And, of course, Monday Night Football, the final game of Wild Card Weekend, the Texans at the Steelers. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Well, we had a bunch of calls.
Uh-oh.
We still have a few more.
Oh, what the hell happened?
800-919-3776. They know ENN's coming. Izzy is in Dallas, the aforementioned Dallas, where the Nets are playing. Izzy?
True enough. How you doing, fellas?
Good.
You guys were talking earlier about whether the Jets should take or should not take Dante Moore, develop him, take him if they think he's going to grow, and all that stuff. It made me think about who's picking after us, and wanted to propose a trade to you guys and see if it would possibly work.
Love it.
If they trade down to Cincinnati's spot at 10, we just have to fade the Cleveland Browns, and we could still pick more at 10, add some picks. It's a little less risk taking them at 10 than at 2.
Fair.
And what do you think?
I don't hate that, guys. You're getting draft capital because you're moving down.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're filling your pocket, and you still have a chance to even take the guy. Thoughts?
Exactly.
Well, you just don't want to run the risk of losing the player that you want, but if you think you can do it and still get him at 10, that would be ideal. But he just admitted Cleveland's sitting there. Are they going to add another quarterback? They may. And then what happens?
My God, if they draft another quarterback.
I mean, Deshaun's coming back, right? He's going to be under contract and back in the building.
Well,
Sanders,
I'll give you the names. If you move to 10 in this proposed trade by Izzy, all right, so you know already Mendoza's off the board at number 1. The Bengals are not taking a quarterback at number 2. The Cardinals, now they could, because they want to get out of the Kyler Murray business, right? They just fired the coach. So that's a dangerous play. Tennessee, no. Giants, no. Cleveland at 6, that's what you worry about. Because you did that's a wild card.
You can't do it.
Washington, no. New Orleans?
No, I don't think
so.
so.
Do they think they found the guy?
Yeah.
Tyler Shuck, they found him?
It feels like it.
They seem to be super into him.
Kellen Moore did a nice job with him. Kansas City, no. So I guess what Izzy's suggesting, guys, is that you'd have to just Cleveland as the wild card, right? And also Arizona as a wild card because
that's 2 teams. That's tough, man.
Yeah.
If you really like him,
you have to know.
Boy, that's really like
because Miami at 11 they could take a quarterback. They could.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. But at 10, but that's 2 teams. Arizona could. Cleveland could. I mean, that's an awful risk to take. Now, if you've got 2 quarterbacks you feel equally about, or you've got a plan B where you're okay with plan B, then by all means give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
But if you love more, then don't mess around, man. Because I can't say for certainty that Arizona and Cleveland would pass on them.
No, you can't. Yeah, Cleveland, you never know. I mean, you could tell they don't love Sanders. I think they figured out that Gabriel's not the guy. They do have Deshaun Watson. They have to play him, and the expectation is he'll be healthy and ready to play next year.
And for that, I highly doubt they'd have to be in full bloom love
with somebody.
Otherwise, you're gonna.
You think you can gamble on Cleveland's not going to take a QB there?
Well, again, it depends on how much you love the guy.
See, Moore is a guy that if I had a Watson and I know I have to play him, then I'm like, all right, I can give him a gap year. Bring him in the league. He doesn't have to play. He can learn. We can get him right. He can get some reps. And we know that in a year, then maybe he'll be ready to go. Right?
So, and I'm fine with that. It's just all
I wish the Jets could do that, but they just don't have a guy. Like Fields could have been that guy, but I don't want him to be my quarterback for another season.
No, it did not go well.
No.
That you can't do. Trotting out Fields again means we're taking the year off. We're hoping to get another draft pick.
I'm almost.
No, but if you're looking
out
for guys to play, if you're looking for just a guy, you could find a quarterback to play for you that's better than what you had last year.
Yeah, and I think that's what you should do. See, again, my feelings on trading out is trade out at 2 to somebody who wants more and is willing to give me draft capital, and I'll take Chambliss later. So at least I still have a rookie quarterback that I didn't have to use a 2 pick, but I still fill my pockets with some more draft capital to make my roster better. And then I find, like you said, Don, I find the guy that can just bridge for a year or so. And they're all over the league. We've seen this. We've seen the Daniel Joneses and the Sam Darnolds that pop up and all of a sudden they gave you a year. This has happened. You know, is Mac Jones somebody? Did he do enough in San Francisco to make you feel like, you know what? I'll let him do a year in my offense. You know, I mean, I just need somebody that can be an accurate thrower because I don't have one right now. So that's what I mean when I say I don't mean that I'm passing on more because I can get him later. I'm passing on more because I'm not ready for him now, and I want to get a team that wants him to give me some draft capital, and I can still get a quarterback out of this draft that I still think could be useful. I know we have a lot of time to talk about it, but today was interesting because of coming off of that semifinal performance. Coming up next, the 2 greatest words in sports. ENN next.
Well, hold on, but before that, I have the next 2 best words.
The next 2 or
maybe
the 2?
Maybe the 2 best words in sports.
Best.
FanDuel.
Is that 2 or 1?
Well, it was 2, and then it's together. It's FanDuel.
They made it 1.
That's right. And the final wild card matchup is tonight. You know that. Houston and Pittsburgh. Of course, Don and I love Houston, giving them 3 points. Allen decided to go with the Steelers getting the points. The game's in Pittsburgh, and you can do what you want. You'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. All right? So like I said, I got the Texans to cover the number, but you could take your shot on an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment for you. Then apply your profit boosts and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs get rolling. All right? Visit FanDuel.com/local, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL game day. 21 and over, physically present in New York, option required, bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. ENN is next.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your six figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year one needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the night. We've got the Rangers home over at MSG. Really not too bad of a ride on either side of town. FDR southbound, just a little bit slow over by the 59th Street Bridge. Then it's a bumper-to-bumper ride on the southbound FDR heading over to the Brooklyn Bridge. Just packed there getting onto the Brooklyn side. Stop and go on the Staten Island Expressway eastbound. An accident just picked up by Woolley Avenue. Heavy delays there. Go back to the West Shore. Heading to the outbound George, free and clear on the southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, stop and go from the Bronx River Parkway. Inbound George looking good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnels are only about 5 to 10 minutes each. Might want to stay away from 21 northbound in Jersey over by Main Avenue in Passaic. Crash out there has you solid from Route 3. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports.
Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hey everyone, welcome to ENN. Ray-Ro.
You ever watch YouTube?
It's brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. And I'd like to start off ENN by saying good evening to Don.
You're dead. No matter what you do, you're dead.
And to Don.
They're spitting up and wetting themselves at the same time.
And to Don.
I felt nothing.
To Alan and myself.
Look at you, and you look gorgeous.
What a dead-on shot that is.
Straight on his
like
face.
You're supposed. And to Alan and Don.
I aim to please.
What are you doing?
Well, you've got great aim.
And to myself. It's men ramming into other men.
You just had to add to it.
And to myself.
What a day.
What a day.
What a glorious day.
Could someone play some rap for me? And you hear Don in the background doing his thing that when he's about to argue back, something he goes, well, no. Like, listen close. Could someone play some rap for me?
Oh,
great
man.
piece of drop.
Anybody can get got.
It's a great piece of drop.
But we've had a very sloppy day.
Sorry?
Yeah.
In what sense?
Look at you, and you look gorgeous.
What a dead-on shot that is.
Straight on his
like
face.
You're supposed.
Just too many drops today.
I
don't find that to be sloppy.
No?
I find that to be
No,
good.
that's called good.
That's a good day?
Yes.
Oh, you say clean day. The opposite of a clean day would
but
be
who wants a clean
sloppy
day?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I like a clean.
There used to be a time we opened ENN with mistakes.
Oh.
And then we would talk about a clean day. But now we've changed. We pivoted. And like the highlights, what you missed. And you missed a lot today.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Bad job out of you if you tuned in just now. You missed a lot.
Too late.
Bad job by the Packers. They blew a lead. Tough way to leave the playoffs. Not what you want. However, the Packers are expected to work out a deal to keep head coach Matt LaFleur in Green Bay for a while, according to Schefter. LaFleur has 1 year remaining on his current contract, leaving his future in Green Bay uncertain after Packers president Ed Policy said last June he would prefer not to have a lame duck coach. Well, now people are speculating there could be a 3-year deal waiting for Matt LaFleur, even though he's 1-4 in the playoffs, I believe.
It's the right thing, though, isn't it? He's a good coach.
I mean, he lost his best defensive player.
Yep, that didn't help.
And they were right there. I mean, you were blowing a team out in the playoffs.
Yep.
And
on the road.
On the road. Against a rival in Chicago. There's every reason to think you should have won that game. It didn't happen.
Didn't they lose the last 4 games going into the playoffs? Right? Weren't they on a tailspin?
Well,
the Love was hurt.
Yeah, they weren't really giving their all the last month. I'll say that. They lost at the Broncos 34-26.
Okay, no shame there.
No.
Then they had that battle with the Bears. They had just beaten the Bears 2 weeks earlier. Then they lost to the Bears 22-16. And then the Ravens and Vikings, no love, no real effort.
Yeah.
They lose to the Ravens, and they lose to the Vikings in the final week of the season.
No, they were really good early in the season.
And for a half.
Parsons was a big part of it. Losing him was massive.
Yeah, that did not
to their
help.
defense. Yeah. So he's a good coach, though, and they shouldn't move on from him.
I don't think so.
Out of just like, wow, we should have been better.
I know people are frustrated, and I saw a lot of Packer fans online. Like, I've had enough. We can't do this anymore. I understand.
All the fans. We think we only go through it with the Yankee fans here.
No, it's all the good
with
teams.
Tomlin.
Yeah,
all the good teams. They just expect to be good every single year. Come join us for a season of football. That's what you do.
You know what makes me laugh? You know
drug offenders.
That should be your punishment.
Put them in prison.
You know what makes me laugh
your
about
punishment
that?
is
that, like, for example, my friend Jeff, when he was saying, like, hey, it was time for Harbaugh to go, he went, this season was absolutely ridiculous. It was a complete mess. Now, keep in mind, they were 1 field goal kick from going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
But he had to go. Meanwhile...
And last year they were 1 catch away.
Now, meanwhile, my team was a mess the entire season. We didn't have a field goal kick for the playoffs. Right. And how about this? No consideration of letting our head coach go. We go, no, he's fine. We're gonna stay here and work this thing out.
You got it right. Yeah, we're right now. We're where we need to be.
I think we're good. 4 wins.
It's just
And I don't know who's right. I don't know, Don. I don't know which side is right. Us losers who don't get to have anything, or these ridiculously greedy fans. Philadelphia, Green Bay, Baltimore.
You got to fire him because I'm sick of his face.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what
just,
you
get. Well, they want a goat. They want someone to blame. They want somebody's head on a platter for what was a disappointing season, and sometimes that's justified. But it's not always justified. I can understand the Steelers. They lose the game today. It's been a long time without a playoff win. I'm starting to come around to their thinking a little bit because they see the team every single day. And I guess I'm not the biggest Sirianni fan in the world. I said that at the beginning of the show.
Although that loss didn't feel on him either.
Just won. But, you watch a team every day. You know all the times they should have gone for 2 or they should have went for it on 4th down. Dude, just come luxuriate with us for a year.
Take a dip in this pool.
Right.
Let's
stop dating your supermodel, all right? And then come on with us, where it's basically just, porn and porno mag weekend, So put your gorgeous wife aside, your girlfriend, and you can just come hang with us. Come and just sit in your own filth for 6 months and watch our football team. You'll run back. You'll kiss Sirianni on the mouth. Right? You'll be like, Tomlin, where have you been all my life? It'll be like one of those romance movies where you don't realize what you have until it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You'll run back to Pittsburgh and you'll embrace Tomlin's like, don't go anywhere. I just spent 6 months in New York watching Jets and Giants football. Please don't let me go back. It
was terrible.
Now
it was bamboo shoots.
I know they're busy dating. They're busy dating. Jared Goff's girlfriend, and in New York, your girlfriend is one of Marge Simpson's sisters, smoking cigarettes, the scratchy voice.
That's why
you don't even know what we're doing.
I didn't want to disparage anybody.
That's why I went cartoon.
Cartoon's the right way to go.
You're dating an ugly real doll.
It's not even a human.
It doesn't even work.
The real doll's broken.
Arms are in the wrong place.
Yeah, it was
a manufactured, reject.
The arms are on backwards. It's got a mustache. It's not what you want.
It's got a mustache.
And you're sitting there looking at Jared Goff's girlfriend. Remember dancing on the beach in the bikini, going, you know what? I've had enough. Right. You always dancing around in your bikini. I need to get her out of here.
Nice and warm. Yeah.
Me on Bundy.
There's a real doll in New York waiting for me with a full beard.
Oh.
Now that's a drop.
And all the holes are in the wrong place.
Jalen Hurts, his thoughts on the offense and the offensive coordinator.
I think I'm always growing. I'm always taking in my experiences and learning from everything that we go through. I think it's tough to single out one individual, especially in a moment like this.
Really? Wow. No, that was it. You had enough?
Well,
is that Jacob or Anthony that does that?
That was me.
That was Peter that did that one.
That was Peter.
Oh, yeah, I'm good. By the way, I've heard Jalen talk a lot. Was it me or did he have an extra cool guy voice on after the loss?
A little bit of the hey, Seattle.
Yeah, he had a little when you're trying to figure things out,
Is that like R&B voice?
Yeah,
I think I'm always growing. I'm always taking in my experiences and
experiences. I'm always taking in my experiences. Why don't you just learn how to get along with your teammates, buddy? Because there's something in the water over there. Nick Sirianni on his interaction with A.J. Brown that people were talking about.
That was not nothing.
Yeah, I was trying to get him off the field, because we were about to punt, and that was really it. So I love A.J. I think he knows how I feel about him. I have a special relationship with him. We've probably went through every emotion you can possibly have together. We've laughed together. We've cried together. We've yelled at each other. We're both emotional. I was trying to get him off the field, and that happens in this game. That happens in this game, and I love him.
Well, he's repeated himself several times in that clip. Sure. Trying to get him off the field. It happens in this game, and he loves him.
Now, the most popular person in Philadelphia is this kid who was interviewed on the Action News, ABC 6 in Philly.
This was a huge letdown. This was my Christmas present, and I got a loss.
Oh, no. You probably would have rather had Cole, huh?
Yeah, probably. Feeling two things. A, I want A.J. Brown packing his bags, and I want him somewhere else that is not here. I love you, A.J., but, you can't make those drops in that game. And I also want Kevin Patullo flipping burgers at, the local McDonald's or something. I don't care. Whenever he's an offensive coordinator, it's like he's flipping burgers. One half he's cooking, and the other half is completely raw.
Kid's just dropping bars. We're going to see him on First Take this week.
Tell me this kid doesn't grow up to be the Philadelphia version of, I'll tell you the moment the Bears got you,
yeah,
man.
No.
He's locked in.
He was do the right thing and sign. Remember that guy in Philly?
Oh, yeah, sure I do.
He's
his dad.
He's absolutely. I love the probably. Yeah, right? Yeah. All that was missing there was when she throws probably, Toots. I was waiting for that. Hey, you're right, hon.
This was my Christmas present. I got a loss.
Oh, no. You probably would have rather had Cole, huh?
Yeah, probably.
That's such an adult response.
Right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, pretty. You're right. You're right, hon.
Spoiled brat. I got to tell you, my father, if I was at a Giant game and the
dead.
Giants lost and Eyewitness News put a camera and I said those things, I'd get smacked in the car on the way home.
Oh, seriously?
He wouldn't smack you on TV?
Right on TV.
Not just because I don't think he'd want to get arrested. But in the 80s, they probably would have
But
been a round of applause.
this kid's dad is like probably super proud of him.
Listen, his dad coached him to say it.
You think?
That's
No,
why none of these
that
things
was
are real.
organic.
None
No,
of these
Donnie,
things
that
are
was
real, and I
organic.
don't buy it. It's all.
I disagree.
Rehearsed garbage.
This was not rehearsed. I know the kid,
telling
the
you.
Jet fan, that looked staged. That whole thing.
This is all staged. Nothing's real anymore. It's all AI.
This felt like this kid.
It's all AI.
Donnie, I said this because I remember watching this kid. I'm like, you know what? I remember. Because, again, he just won a Super Bowl. What is he, 12? He just won a Super Bowl. He should be happy. Yeah, we lost. We'll be back next year, right? But I remember when the Islanders lost in '84 to the Oilers. I was just like, the next day, I'm fighting everything.
Because you're used to winning.
The league, they just wanted Gretzky to win. You see, they changed the series. They were sick of the Islanders winning every year.
But
I was going on and on about how this is ridiculous.
Said Al Arbor should be flipping burgers.
Well, I mean, no.
Billy Smith should take the next train out of here.
Well, Smitty was the only thing good in that series.
Well, can I tell you? Well, you're being very literal. But can I tell you, Don? When I was that age, I was very much that way.
Yeah.
I was doing impersonations
you were
of
a punk kid.
Well, no. Punk guy. But you just said. You just said with the kid. You just said a kid wouldn't say that. I'm saying he's copying it from sports talk radio.
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing as a kid that age.
It was literally how we all talk like that.
Father. He was coached by his dad. He rehearsed that at the start of the third quarter.
No,
I don't.
There was not an ounce of
that
was genuine. Not an ounce of it was genuine.
I don't know if Don's had. Don, I think you've been wet on everything all day long. I think
I'm just telling you.
You're sitting in your own filth in Minnesota.
He practiced that with his friends. What have I done? The other side's raw. I'm telling you.
It's a great line, though.
You know that
and
line,
he delivered it.
That line
he did it to half.
That line.
That's how his burger came back to him.
Oh man, this was so good. This is one of my favorite things on the internet today.
Here's something Don will like.
What else? What do we got?
Fernando Mendoza.
Don's got to go.
Come on.
You can't leave on that note.
Just hear this first.
Killing this kid.
Just hear this first.
Okay.
We're a bunch of misfits. There's 0 5-stars on our team. We're just a bunch of gritty guys who are glued together and going towards a common goal, which is to win each and single game.
What?
I don't know what that means. Is that English? See, he didn't rehearse it properly.
No, he didn't. He should have talked to the kid. All right, Don, go ahead.
Go ahead, Donnie. We love you. See you tomorrow. That, by the way, that cut. I mean, there's so much cheese.
Oh my God.
And
that's not his word. That's him at his best. Honestly.
He is. This is. You know what he reminds me? Like he could be on stage in Orlando at the Magic Kingdom talking about some like fictional sports movie thing, and he's just those are lines that you would see in that type of environment.
And that was the least.
You just give all you got in every single game.
And that was the least cheesy I've heard him sound.
The least cheesy?
That was the least.
Oh Lord.
No, that's how bad it is.
That's
Anthony. Wouldn't you agree? That was one of the least bad ones. I mean, relative to how bad he's been, like that was not even bad.
That is the finely chopped mixed bag cheese.
I do believe there's a chance that's him.
I think really,
like,
yeah.
and maybe he gets the media training of like, I'm gonna have all these talking points about how good the team is, and everybody's counting us out, and nobody thought Indiana football was gonna be able to do this.
How do you think he is? Like, how is he really though? Because everybody has their real.
That's the question.
Their real voice. If you had him, like, take him out of that character, like Steve Garvey was like that, right? Wasn't Garvey like this perfect?
What am I, 70?
Guy
I don't
that
remember
would talk
Garvey
like he was so good in the. Well, Don's not here anymore.
I know.
Damn it! There's nobody to like go. Yeah, but Steve Garvey was like too goody two shoes. Like he was too good, too clean, too everything, and it just didn't seem like he wasn't human. He was very robotic.
This kid that they have on SportsCenter again, who does the football stuff, Ben Solak.
Oh, Solak, yeah.
How can he look that young? How old? Every time I see him, I'm like, oh my God, they're just one of the SportsCenter anchors' kids is on the air. Alan, by the way, in the same vein, I hate to say this, I'm not saying this is a diss. I'm being serious.
Okay.
On your carousel you posted this weekend,
the picture of Tyler Murray.
When Alan posted himself with Tyler Murray, God bless him, I thought Alan brought his kid to work. I mean, oh, that's so nice. One of the kids.
Yeah, we were in San Antonio in front of a restaurant, and we took a picture. And when I looked at it, I'm like, he's like, don't post that. I'm like, I'm so posting this.
No, it's you and your son.
He's like, I look like a little kid. I'm like, yeah, I'm posting this for sure. He looked 12.
It's so
But
great.
you know what? He's in his 30s. Good for him. He's always gonna look young. Good for him.
And
his voice sounds like very mature and very experienced.
Oh, very much
like
so.
His voice is great. So who cares what you look like?
Next to Ben Solak, he looks like 100. and you know who else I'll throw in that conversation is Noah Eagle. Looks 7.
Yeah, and Noah Eagle's voice, though, sounds like he's been doing the job for 30 years.
Oh, no,
it's amazing how much he sounds like his dad, right?
Amazing how much he sounds like his dad. Amazing how much just like it goes to show how much nature is a part of it. He literally is the most calm in the clutch. Like he's doing these Netflix games wherever I saw him most recently. I think it was Netflix.
No, you're talking about
didn't he
Noah?
do the Christmas? Yeah, didn't he do one of the Christmas games on Netflix?
I thought.
I believe you're correct.
Ian did one and Noah did the other.
Yeah, that's right. They worked on
one.
the same day, yeah.
No, so that means you're doing a game with like 30 million people watching, right?
Yeah.
And
Smooth.
Noah's what? I think 27.
I don't know
point, something
exactly.
Like that. And he's just
so
smooth
good.
as can be.
Yeah, he's really good.
God, why were my parents, respectfully, so worthless? They did nothing.
What?
29?
Look at where you've gotten.
I know, but imagine if my dad hadn't been wasting his time with the McGovern campaign. All for nothing.
Really?
They didn't even win. Not even close.
McGovern, Democrat, for the people.
And look at me. I had to earn everything on my own. A hack.
All by yourself, huh?
Speaking of people who
no
know
boost whatsoever?
Exactly. No boost. Nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, listen, my mom was a teacher. My dad worked on Capitol Hill. They had enough money to pay for me to go to Maryland, so that's
All
nice.
right, well, that's not nothing.
That's not nothing. I was.
Your lazy ass couldn't get a schoship, could you? No.
I got into the scholars
You had to
program.
go to a very expensive state school, didn't you?
Not very. Oh no, very cheap. Very cheap.
Yeah.
Why do you think I stayed for a 5th year? My parents were like, "Oh, at this price, stay for a 6th year. Knock yourself out."
The 5th year, I thought was maybe just because you couldn't get it done in 4.
Well, that's part of it. But I was working a lot also. All right, you know what? We don't do this often.
Hi, Peter, Don, Alan.
It's Peter and Alan. Yes, go ahead.
Oh,
Richard.
Peter.
Yeah.
Oh, Peter and Alan. Okay, Peter. I'm sorry, fellas. Peter, you mentioned you're going to Saudi Arabia.
Yes, that's right.
Do you know how ironic that is?
How ironic it is. Oh boy.
The best football game I saw yesterday on television, and this wasn't planned. I went into a bar. The best football game I saw all day yesterday, and I saw the 3 NFL games. The best game I saw football-wise was in Saudi Arabia.
Really?
What am I talking about, Peter?
We have no bleeping clue, Richard. What are you talking about?
Barcelona, Madrid, Real Madrid. What a game, Peter. This guy on Barcelona put a move I can't believe. And you can't even compare it to Lamar Jackson or LeBron James or Sidney Crosby. He went through 4 guys. You got to see it on Sports Center or whatever you can see.
All right, I'm going to find
What a match. I just was lucky. I was on the Upper West Side. I go to this usual dive bar on 104th and Broadway after church. I go there just to watch the Jacksonville game, and then afterwards.
What's the name of the bar? What is it?
Tapa Keg on 104th, between 103 and 104 West Side of Broadway. It's a small little dive bar, but it is great. So I go there, and I'm watching the game with a whole bunch of guys.
Okay.
And a couple of women, and there was a couple. But there was a couple in back of me. They were from Turkey, so I assumed they were Spanish. And I asked them, and they were there just for the soccer match. And you know, when you have somebody that can explain, because I don't know anything about soccer, or I know very little, and they were so great, and they explained it. They were from Turkey, and they explained it to me in such an American way that it was great. So my eyes were going back and forth. That was more exciting than the Buffalo-Jacksonville game. It was unbelievable. And you're watching the best of the best. You forget it. They explained to me the soccer that you watch at this level is much better than the World Cup soccer because these guys are all all-stars. So anyway, Peter, it's ironic you're going to Saudi Arabia.
See, here's the thing.
Was that worth it?
Yes.
Was it?
I say yes. Vote of everyone here. Be honest. I won't be offended. Vote. Worth the 90 seconds of our time, yay or nay?
Second time I heard it, so you can't go back.
Oh, that's not. Then you're out.
Yeah.
What about you guys? I'm getting one worth it.
Yeah, after the football one, it was worth it for the football one. After that, it was downhill.
Well, no, it started dragging. That's when you got to get out.
The dive bar.
Bunch
of guys and some women.
And some women. And here's what I love.
I need at least one drink before we take
Richard's call.
I can't get through it.
I just need the drop of that phone click. That was a new level phone click.
I just need a little hit. Just something to get me through.
Don't you think that was a new level phone ruffle though? That was
definitely a dive across the desk situation.
It set the record. And I just love that the call started with Peter, it's ironic you're going to say I didn't have any idea where he was going to go.
Once he said football, I'm like, this is what he's going to do.
All right, guys, that was ENN brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or the Mazda CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Thanks, Richard. You ready? Big game tonight.
Yes. It's my big 1 point, but it's really more about you not getting points and Don not getting points.
It's about my 6-pointer,
I'm
baby.
rooting against you guys more than I'm rooting for myself. Does that make any sense?
Of course it does.
Of course it does, because that's why we do this. And then we'll make our picks and all that other stuff.
That's
but a
race.
lot more to get to coming up tomorrow. So enjoy the games tonight. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
4? Man, my drives have been getting weaker